0.
Hello and very good afternoon to you here. It's alternative commentary of the Euro 2022 final, the Women's Euro 2022 final. Exactly 56 years almost to the day since England's men played the German men in the 1966 World Cup final. 56 years later, and one day later, the women now have their day with destiny against the Germans at Wembley Stadium in the final match of the European Championships. England, 3 times now finalists, never won the trophy, but Germany have won this competition something like 8 times already. Should be an absolute cracker at Wembley this afternoon. And it's also expected that it's going to be a record crowd here at Wembley today. We're expecting something in the region of about 85,000 at the National Stadium today. Should be an absolute cracker. And I have to tell you, here at Wembley, and I've got Nicholas Jones alongside me, which we'll be throwing over to team news in just a minute, but the atmosphere is built and the stadium is beginning to pack like you've never seen it. It's almost standing room only now, full of England fans, obviously, but still terrific. It has been terrific. And I've watched the tournament as a spectator for most of it, and I have to say, I've been impressed with the standards of football so far in this competition, certainly from England. That is for sure. Now, we'll throw to Nicholas Jones in the commentary box. He's just alongside me here. Nicholas, what is the team news? Are we going to see unchanged lineups, or are we going to see changes?
Good afternoon, JB. Both England and Germany remain unchanged, and we'll go through the England lineups. In goal is number 1, Mary Earps. Number 2, Lucy Bronze. Number 3, Rachel Daly. Number 4, Kira Walsh. Number 6, Millie Bright. Number 7, Beth Mead. Number 8, the captain, Leah Williamson. Number 9, Ellen White. Number 10, Georgia Stanway. Number 11, Lauren Hemp. And number 14, Fran Kirby. For Germany, in goal is number 1, Merle Holmes. Number 3, Catherine Julia Hendrick. Number 5, Marina Hegering. Number 6, Lena Oberdorf. Number 9, Svenja Hoot. Number 11, the captain, Alexandra Pop. Number 13, Sarah Debritz. Number 15, Julia Guin. Number 17, Felicitas Roach. And number 20, Lena McGool. And number 22, Jula Brandt. The substitutes are as follows. For England, the 2 goalkeepers. Number 13, Hannah Hampton. And number 21, Ellie Roebuck. Number 5, Alex Greenwood. Number 12, Jess Carter. Number 15, Demi Stokes. Number 16, Jill Scott. Number 17, Nikita Paris. Number 18, Chloe Kelly. Number 19, Beth England. Number 20, Ella Toone. Number 22, Lottie Wubben-Moy. And number 23, Alessia Russo. For Germany, the substitutes are the 2 reserve goalkeepers. Number 12, Almuth Schultz. And number 21, Anne-Kathrin Berger. Number 2, Sophia Kleinherne. Number 4, Lena Latvine. Number 7, Leah Schuller. Number 8, Sydney Lohman. Number 10, Laura Freigang. Number 14, Nicole Anyomi. Number 16, Linda Dahlman. Number 18, Tabea Vasmut. And number 23, Sarah Dorsun.
Nicholas, well done. Well done. I couldn't have put that any better myself, mate. Anyway, we'll hear from you a little bit in the build-up. You take 5 minutes rest while I talk you through the route for the final. Now, England, of course, let's start with England, who are obviously got home advantage, of course, and will have all the support behind them here at Wembley this afternoon. They started off at Old Trafford in match 1 all the way back on the 6th of July. They won 1-0. Wasn't a convincing victory. But then a few days later, followed it up at Brighton with an 8-0 success over Norway, which we all thought before the start was going to be a very difficult opposition. But England made very light work of them. We all thought, though, after that, we may have peaked too soon. And then we just went and scored 5 goals against the Northern Irish. So we ended up scoring a total, really, of 14 goals and no concessions, so plus 14 goal difference from the first 3 group games. And that got us to a quarterfinal against Spain, or it got England to a quarterfinal with Spain. We can't really say we, because I know we're English, but we've got to try and stay unbiased here if we can. It might be hard, but we'll try. Spain, then it took England to a quarterfinal with Spain at Brighton, and it was probably a nerve-wracking, jangling moment. I know Nicholas certainly did a great job that night, and Spain took the lead. And then back in Ella 2 with the equaliser, and a terrifically well-taken goal when Alicia Russo came on and really changed the dynamics. And then Georgia Stanway in the first period of extra time hit a 25-yard thunderbolt that just nestled fantastically into the left-hand corner to give England lift-off against the Spanish. That's been the only massive test they've had so far. Then in the semi-finals, when it could have been a tough old night against the Swedes at Bramall Lane, there was a tough early period that we had to get through. Mary Hertz making 1 or 2 slight mistakes, but getting away with them. We went on to beat Sweden by 4 goals to 0. As for Germany, well, they played Denmark in the first game, won 4-0. Easy pickings. Spain, England's future opponents in the quarterfinals, were dispatched quite comfortably by 2 goals to 0, and Finland by 3 goals to 0. And it was a straightforward opening showcase in the quarterfinals against their neighbours Austria, winning quite comfortably by 2 goals to 0. In the semi-final at Milton Keynes, however, against the French, they needed Alexander Popp to really get them top of the pops and into the final to play England this afternoon. Well, that's the way the teams got there in the first place. And now let's bring back Nicholas in now just to talk a little bit about the final in the build-up here. Nicholas, the atmosphere at Wembley is unbelievably electric, and England now, I mean, we're all excited that football could be coming home, certainly in the women's game. I mean, it's been a sharp rise, but how dangerous are these German sides, especially Alexander Popp? Now, she's got 6 goals in the competition along with Beth Mead. How much do England have to watch Alexander Popp like hawks today?
They have to watch her very attentively, because she is the only player. Because if she scores in this final, she will be the second player in the Euros, both men and women, to score in a single match throughout one tournament after Michelle Platini in the 1984 European competition. But aside from that, Germany haven't conceded against anybody apart from when Merle comes inadvertently letting an own goal against France.
That's right.
But England have beaten Germany before in recent months. They did beat them in the Arnold Clark Cup.
That's right.
Earlier this year. So they know how to breach their defense. Mm-hmm. But this is a final where the stakes are even higher, and as well as England having to improve their midfield lineup, Germany are going to have to really step up their midfield, which we know they can do.
Absolutely. Now, are you surprised that Alessia Russo is not playing from the start? Now, obviously, we've seen her in previous games coming off the bench to change games. Are you surprised that Sabrina hasn't actually, that's the coach, by the way, hasn't actually gone for her from the start? Or is it just a case of, if it isn't broke, don't fix it?
Bit of both, really. I think Russo would have. I think Russo did really well to earn at least a starting place. But to Sarina Wigman has always stuck to what she knows, and obviously throughout this tournament it's paid off. Because of how strong England have been throughout this tournament, and given their 19-match unbeaten run under her, I'd say they're in for a very good chance, even a huge chance of taking it to the Germans.
Yeah, absolutely. Now there'll be a lot of people now tuning in, male chauvinistic people that will say, well, women's football shouldn't be allowed, blah, 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 and all this ridiculousness, and I think it's a lot of nonsense, quite honestly, because women's football, as you know, you've commentated on it a lot more than I have, but I watch a lot of it now, and I think it's a great sport. I think it's a great product. And I was listening to what you, Mike, and Russ were saying in the conversation that you recorded on Thursday night that was played out this afternoon. And it's interesting to see how women's football has changed in the last 20 years in terms of the way it's been broadcast, the way it's been packaged, the Women's Super League. And now you look at Wembley today, we're looking up towards it, and there's not an empty seat in the house. I think the public now in the 21st century have got out from this old-fashioned chauvinistic slumber and now are looking at the women and saying, actually, this is a great product. This women's football is a fantastic product. And actually, in some respects, they play the game. And I'm not trying to be funny, but I think they play the game in a lot of respects better than the men do. Some better than the English men's team have been doing.
That's right. I'd have to agree with you because prior to the Women's Euro final, they have reached the semi-finals in major international competitions 3 times, 2 Women's World Cups and the Women's Euros in 2017. But something else I need to mention is that one of the targets of the Women's Euros is for the FA to promote equal access to football for both genders in PE across schools, and their target is 75% by 2024. So they're certainly going the right way about it. And I think one thing that they're also going to be doing is to increase awareness and also more inclusion for women and girls at grassroots level.
Absolutely, and I think that's a very good point that you make about the FA. And I think it should be. I mean, if this tournament doesn't get women and girls interested in it, I mean, this is going to inspire the next generation. And I think what you're saying there, Nicholas, whatever happens this afternoon, England to get to a final of any competition, whether it's male or female, is a fantastic achievement. And I think the nation has really got behind these Lionesses. There's no doubt about it. Now, obviously, the Germans, 8 times winners, they are a tough proposition. They're unchanged as well, as you said. How dangerous are they as a team?
They're very dangerous as a team because, as I mentioned earlier, they haven't conceded against anybody. But Alexandra Popp, she knows how to lead the team from the front. And also they've got the experienced Martina Voss-Tecklenburg. She has also won the Women's Euros before with Germany 4 times in 1989, 1991, 1995, and 1997. So experience helps. And as for Alexandra Popp herself, she has made up for lost time in leaps and bounds because she missed the Women's Euros in 2013 and 2017 through injury. So a win will mean a lot to her, and she has only one major win to her name, and she was part of the Germany squad that won the 2016 Olympics football in Rio. So this will mean a lot to her, definitely.
And it will mean a lot to Beth Mead, of course, who was left out of the last Olympics, of course. Left out of the last tournament that they were selected. They were left out the Great Britain side. She's hit back with 6 goals, and she's been absolutely amazing in this tournament, hasn't she, Beth Mead? She's got to be the changer for Germany, hasn't she?
That's right. She's really got to step it up and really take it to them with all those goals she's been banging in, the goal machine I've been calling her. So she could well feature strongly for England, but somebody else but their midfield and their forward 3 should also feature strongly as well. The likes of Fran Kirby, Kira Walsh, and Georgia Stanway as well. But another player that is on the cusp of equaling or achieving history is Alan White, who is still 1 behind Wayne Rooney's record and she could well equal that statistic tonight, or even exceed it, to become the leading goal scorer in England, not just for women's, but overall as a whole.
Absolutely. Okay, Nicholas, we'll give you a couple of minutes before you do the commentary. The teams kick off just 12 minutes away. So here we go then. We're about 12 minutes away from kickoff. The teams just, they're just having a little bit of a ceremony there. I don't know who's singing there, but I think it's
Becky Hill, mate.
I've never heard of her, but I'm more of your 1970s middle of the road man. I'm not up with the modern pop scene, but what I will do, instead of listening to Becky Hill, I'm going to give the Lionesses a little rousing bit of Kipling before we start here today, because this is a big day for them, and they've really worked hard to get here. And a bit of Kipling now before the start, and I'm going to give them a big build-up. So, to every Lioness that's about to take the field in about 12 minutes' time, here's a little message to you and to everybody in England now, listening to this commentary here on the TC Hub. If you can keep your head when all about you are losing theirs and blaming it on you, if you can trust yourself when all people doubt you, but make allowances for their doubting too, if you can wait and not be tired by waiting, or be lied about, or don't deal in lies, or being hated, or don't give way to hated, and yet don't look too good nor talk too wise. If you can dream and not make dreams your master, if you can think and not make thoughts your aim, and if you can meet with triumph and disaster and treat the two impostors just the same, if you can bear to hear the truth that you've spoken, twisted by knaves to make a trap for fools, or watch the things that you've given your life to broken, and stoop and build them up with worn out tools, if you can make one heap of all your winnings and risk it on a turn of a pitch and toss, and lose and start again at your beginnings and never breathe a word about your loss, if you can force your heart and nerve and sinew to serve your turn long after they've gone, and so hold on when there is nothing left in you except the world that says to them, hold on. If you can talk with crowds and keep your virtual, if you can work with kings or queens and not lose the common touch, if either foes or no loving friends can hurt you, if all people can count with you, but none too much, and if you can give the unforgiving minute with 60 seconds worth of distance run, yours is the earth, everything that's in it, and which is more, you'll be women, our brave Lionesses. Live on the TC Hub and all the platforms, and I'm going to mention all the channels before I throw to Nicholas Jones in just a second. Becky Hill is just finishing right now before the teams enter here. What a game, what an atmosphere, pyrotechnics going off. This is magnificent. This is what Wembley was built for. Days like this, and look at it, jam-packed for a Women's European Championship, which really has exceeded all expectations. And the pyrotechnics and all the Hollywood glitz and glamour and build-up will be over in a few moments' time. Then the real serious nature of the final will finally begin, as Becky Hill gives it large in her last moments now. And there we go. I think she's finished now, as she will come off stage. In fact, they're still carrying on actually with the singing. I don't know why. We had all this problem with the Champions League final. Why did they have to give it all that glitz and glamour? But never mind. What it is, I'll tell you what, this tournament has been a real success story in every possible way. Let me give you a few tournament statistics before we leave. Before we give you the. Before we hand you over, basically. So Beth Mead is the top scorer, and Alexander Pop. They're both top off the Pops with 6 goals each. Russo, who's mainly played most of their time as a substitute, has amazingly scored 4 goals. Frank Kirby, Joseph Stanway, Ellen White, and Lena McGool have 2 goals each, and these are all players that are left in it. Lucy Bronze, Lauren Hemp Helatoon, Nicole Alremi, Clara Bowl, Sophia Kalami, Lena Latawen and Lana Shaw all have a goal each. So it's all or nothing. The referee comes from the Ukraine, incidentally, Katerina Munsell. And what a day that's going to be for her. And we wish her very well. And we hope all the officials, incidentally, all have magnificent games this afternoon. There's Becky Hill and her two mates still going on here at Wembley Stadium. There's fireworks, pyrotechnics. But they've got to hand over in just a minute to the 22 women that are going to take part in this magnificent final, this terrific final, the pinnacle of European women's football. And there's been, I'm just hearing, I think Nicholas Jones can come in now. I think there's been some significant team news, hasn't there, with the Germans? Is Alexander Pop out? I've just been hearing that she's out, Nicholas.
Well, I didn't expect that to occur. So talk about a revelation, and I can just about see everyone in the tunnel right now.
Well, there we go. Well, there we go, Nicholas. Well, who would have thought that? Alexander Pop is not going to take part in the final. Is that a major boost for England? Who knows? But right here, right now, here on the TC Hub, live from Wembley Stadium, alternate commentary of the Euro 2022 final. What a game this promises to be, and England will not know that Alex Pop is not going to take part. But I'm sure Nicholas Jones, when we hand over to him in a second, will try and put a bit of flesh on the bones as the teams will come out of the tunnel. Live on the TC Hub, TC Hub 2, Storm FM, JB Sports, and JDAC Football and Twitch. It's the Euro 2022 Women's Final. Let's cross over to your big match commentator, and a very good afternoon to Nicholas Jones, the voice of women's football on the TC Hub. Nicholas, it's all yours.
Thanks, JB. So, talk about a revelation with Alexandra Pop out due to that injury. It has come back to haunt her so close, but everyone has now come out of the tunnel onto the centre of the pitch to gather for the national anthems, and they're all they're all coming together really closely for the singing of the national anthems. Now, the national anthem of Germany. Both national anthems sung by the players and the management. Prince William is in attendance at Wembley Stadium, and we will let you know who will take the place of Alexandra Pop very shortly. So, a real shot in the arm for England, and a stat that I did not mention before JB switched over. And but before I mention that, it's time to go through the other formations. England are playing in a 4-2-4-1 formation with Earps in goal, then Bronze, Bright, Williamson and Daly, the back four, with Stanway and Walsh in the centre, with Kirby, Hemp and midfield, the front three, with Ellen White, the lone striker. And sort of speaking of Beth Mead a little earlier, she could surpass Alan Shearer's record of goals scored in a single European tournament for England. He scored 7 at Euro 1996, also in England. As JB mentioned, our referee Katerina Monsul of Ukraine, assistant referees Marina Strajteska of Ukraine and Paulina Baranovska of Poland. The fourth official, Stephanie Frappard of France. On VAR is Paolo Valeri of Italy. His assistant VAR, Maurizio Mariani and Paul van Borkel, with the UEFA delegates of Ivar Olivari Ulisa. Then for Germany, Franz in goal, then Rausch, Henrik, Hendrik and Gwyn, the back four. And replacing Alexandra Popp is Leah Schuller. So Leah Schuller taking the place of Popp. So big shoes. So big shoes for her to. So big shoes for her to. So big shoes for her to fill, as the ball gets ready to come out onto the field in one of those sort of funky VW ID radio control cars, as on it comes onto the field for the very last time. And I don't know about you, but I actually quite like the ball with its varying colours of pink, purple, and light blue. But what do you think? And it will be England to kick us off, as Georgia Stanway gets ready to kick the ball off, and coincidentally with Leah Schuller being absent, with Alexandra Popp, I should say, being absent, she should wear the captain's armband. Just seeing a fly past go over Wembley Stadium, and just seeing the players take the knee as we prepare for what could well be a match of legends. Will it be England? Will it be Germany? And away we go at Wembley for the final of the Women's Euros. And England are straight into it. A bit of a shove in the back on what appeared to be Lauren Hemp Daly towards Kira Walsh. And now passing to Leah Williamson. Passing straight now to Mary Earps. England are wearing all white. Germany wearing dark green. And England are playing from right to left. Germany left to right as Leah Schuller closes down Millie Bright, but Bright does the right thing in my view and crosses forward to Beth Mead before it was too late. But the ball was deflected, and it'll be a Germany throw-in at this early stage of the game. Germany need to start thinking out of the box now that they're a key player down, as Roach throws now towards Schuller, but England are quick on the draw, and the ball is now with Fran Kirby. Kirby passing down to Rachel Daly, across forward from Williamson towards Daly, I should say, as Kirby gets pushed in the back by, I think that was Oberdorf. Oberdorf now towards Svenja Hut does really well to hold on to the ball, but almost tackled by Lauren Hemp. In fact, she was. Hemp passes to Daly. Now back towards Hemp. Now Hemp pouncing her way up the pitch. Collides with Hendrik. But Hemp does really well to hold on to the ball. She was just pushed down at the very last moment. But superb ball control by the Manchester City forward. Serena Wiegmann knows what it's like to win a European Championship. Did so with the Netherlands, her home country, in 2017, as Julia Gwyn gets ready to throw the ball out onto the pitch. Wiegmann is the first manager in the Women's Euros to lead two nations out in consecutive finals. Gwyn towards Magul. Magul now towards Hendrick, as Hendrick crosses towards Leah Schuller, but shoved in the back almost by Lucy Bronze, and in fact it was Julia Brandt as Roach tries to get after the ball, but to little avail. Martina Voss-Tecklenburg shouting out her instructions from the touchline. What must be going through her mind right now, as almost tackled by De Brits, but England managed to take the ball back through Kira Walsh. Walsh towards Daly. Daly running up the Daly, pelting her way up the pitch, and she now finds Frank Kirby. Kirby just inside the 18-yard box. Can she commit something to it? And Ellen White's almost heading towards goal, but saved by Merle Quones. England have started as they meant to go on. Superb teamwork by England. Kirby had the ball. She crossed towards Ellen White. That was a well-timed header, but Quones just saved at the last moment. White just about glanced the ball off, but it's now with Hendrick for Germany. Now Julia Gwyn passing to, I think that was Svenja Hoots, but the ball's gone out for a throw-in taken by Germany, straight now towards Leah Schuller. Something must have happened, but that was the header by Ellen White, superbly saved by Merle Combs. Fantastic efforts on goal by Ellen White. And England need to start piling on the pressure a bit more now that they've managed to get their first sight of goal. Bright passing up the wing to Lucy Bronze. Now back towards Bright. Mary Earps straight towards them in goal. Now it's with Leah Williamson. Williamson towards Kira Walsh. Now Rachel Daly. Daly pelting her way up the pitch. Almost loses it to Hendrick, but that was a foul from behind. Daly shouting about the foul. Just having another look. That was a slide tackle by Lena Oberdorf. That was, and Oberdorf lucky to get away with that. Might well have just received a verbal caution. Nothing worthy of a card, in my view, as Daly takes the throw for England towards Ellen White. Ellen White needs to hold on, but she's pursued by Hendrick and Gwyn. Gwyn does really well to tackle the ball and but the ball has gone out of play. A tap away by Julia Gwyn, and it will be a corner for England. We're just over 5 minutes in. It's still England 0, Germany 0 at Wembley Stadium, and it'll be Beth Mead to kick the ball in to the goal area, which she does. But Germany do well to hold their line. It's Georgia Stanway now with the ball for England. She passes down to Lucy Bronze, who crosses in towards the goal area. Was that almost a goal? Surely not. And Merle Combs just saved at the last moment. I think she got into a bit of a tangle with Ellen White. Both of them trying to talk it through, but Bronze just managed to cross in, and White appeared to just barge into her. I don't think she did it intentionally, but that was quite the scrape. Did she bang it? Did Combs bang into the nets? I don't know. It was probably the post or something. White's clearly protesting her innocence, but she gets away. But she gets away with it, and the play can now resume. Germany now have control of the ball. It's Leah Schuller, but stolen by Lucy Bronze. Quick reaction by Earps. And the ball has gone out of play for a Germany throw-in. It's all kicked off at Wembley Stadium as McGull has the ball, almost loses it to Georgia Stanway, but it's another throw-in to the 8-time winners. I'd have to say, right at this moment in time, Germany are starting to feel a bit ruffled, and as England are just proving to be just that bit too strong for them at the moment. So they're doing really well defensively, but they're on the attack now as Julia Brandt almost had control of the ball, but loses it at the last moment. And Martina Voss-Tecklenburg is looking very tense on the touchline. It's a free kick or is it a goal kick? No, it's a goal kick, I should say, to England. Mary Ertz to take the goal kick for England, and she has been a really effective goalkeeper for England throughout this tournament, as Ellen White now heads the ball away for England, but taken by Hendrick for Germany. Daly needs to get to it quickly. She does. Can she head it back to White? No. But now Frank Kirby has the ball. She's passed to Ellen White. Can she get towards Beth Mead in time? The answer is no, as Germany quickly see to that one. Kira Walsh now has the ball for England. She's passed to Bright. Bright has been really effective at the back for England. She now passes to the captain, Leah Williamson. She has been captaining England really well from the back, and it's now Beth Mead with the ball for England. Almost pushed away by Gwynn. Can she hold on to the ball? Saved by Froms. I didn't think that was gonna go in. Whatever Mead was doing, as she was just a fraction in the wrong side. So Mead managed to get control of the ball. Superb control of the ball. Managed to hold off Gwynn, but she just could not get through. But she just could not get the ball in the net at this through the angle she aimed at. In my view, should have been a bit more to the right, and it's a free kick given straight away to Germany with almost 9 minutes on the clock. It's Lena McGull now for Germany. She passes back to the goalkeeper Froms, and Froms and Germany need to start pressing their attack a bit more. Julia Gwynn now with the ball for Germany. Germany have had at least 1 or 2 chances, but they've never really been able to convert them into anything. They won't do so now, as Svenja Hood, who is the acting captain on behalf of Pop for Germany, almost managed to find an effort in, but was pushed down by Daly. I think we lost the picture for a moment there, but we've got it back now. As Lucy, something has happened, which I didn't quite get. It was a shot by Debreets, a well-timed header by Lucy Bronze to spare England's blushes, but that's only given a goal kick to England. You can always count on someone like Lucy Bronze to turn things around, to be really effective at the back for England. Mary Ertz gets ready to clear the ball out of goal. 10 minutes in, England 0, Germany 0, and you're listening to the Commentary Hub with me, Nicholas Jones, and JB, as it will now be a throw-in again to England, and Alexandra Pop looking very, very disconsolate on the touchline. It was a reoccurring injury that forced her out, and coincidentally, Clara Boule is also absent. She contracted COVID-19 before the semi-final against France, and so does not start today. As White passes down to Rachel Daly, cross forward by Daly, almost finds me, but Germany able to hold their lines, just like England do when they're being attacked by Germany. And the ball is now with Debreets. Debreets pursued by Stanway. Debreets tries to hold on to the ball, but loses it to Lucy Bronze. Bronze towards Walsh. And Walsh now crossing to Bethany, but cleared out by Germany. It's now with Hoots. Hoots passing to Julia Gwynn. But Mead looks hungry for it. And Germany still managed to hold on to the ball. And Germany have more ball possession, 53% compared to England's 47%. So that's something that's not what you'd expect from a tournament like this. As McGull now passes to Svenja Hoots. Hoots now back to Leah Schuller. Schuller now finds Debreets. Debreets now with the ball for Germany. Can she convert anything this time? The answer is no. Her shot was too far back. And Debreets had the right idea, but but she got her angles completely wrong and sent the ball the wrong way. The England fans are still behind their. The England fans are still now behind their team. They don't appear to be as raucous as they were earlier on, but I can tell you. But as JB mentioned, the whole of Wembley Stadium is almost full to bursting as Earps manages to clear the ball out of goal for England, but she's given it away to Germany. It's Svenja Huth now with the ball for Germany. She's entering the goal area, but the ball superbly deflected away by Rachel Daly, and I would not be surprised if that results in a Germany corner. And I was right on the button with that one as Germany get ready to take their first corner of the match. Corners are often the key points in which a crucial goal is scored, and Germany need to score early if they are to hold off any England advances throughout the rest of this game. It's Roach to take the corner. She kicks the ball into the goal area, but superbly defended by England, and it's Lauren Hebb now with the ball. Does really well to hold off the advances of. I think that was Magul, but a foul concedes the ball to Germany, and it's now Hoots with the ball. She tries to get to Julia Brandt, but superbly tackled by England, and it's Daly towards Kira Walsh. Walsh again to Stanway. Now back to Millie. Now back towards Millie Bright. Bright passes down the wing to Leah Williamson. Coming up to 14 minutes, it's still England 0, Germany 0, as Hemp managers almost got hold of the ball, but just passed it back. And it's now Frank Kirby going after the ball for England. She doesn't get to it in time. And that'll be a goal kick given to Germany. Lauren Hemp did really well to hold off Magul, but that was a botched tackle from behind by I think that was Catherine Julia Hendrick. Even so, Germany still have the ball. It's Julia Gwynn now towards Lena Magul, but given away to England, and it's now Kira Walsh to Frank Kirby. Kirby fouled by Sarah Dabritson, and it was Stanway who was actually fouled that time. But what on earth kind of happened there? Kirby was also so I think Stanway was a separate incident. Everything seemed to happen at once. So Dabritz and it looked like Oberdorf was involved in the incident with Stanway as well. Both of them lucky not to receive a yellow card. And Stanway, she looks in pain briefly, but she's quickly back up on her feet, just stretching her back by the looks of it. And Kirby appears to be all right. Kirby appears to be all right as well. It's a free kick to the Lionesses. And it looks like it will be either Beth Mead or Lauren Hemp that will take the free kick for England. And straight away, Beth Mead takes the free kick for England in towards the goal area, but it doesn't go the way that England wants. And Serena Wigman now looking very tense on the touchline, not just watching what's happening, whilst opposite number, Martina Voss-Tecklenburg, is being a bit more animated as Merle Froms kicks the ball out of goal for Germany, and the ball is with Leah Schuller, who heads it towards Julia Brandt, but it's now been caught by Lucy Bronze for England, and it's out of play again for what looks to be for an England throw, I should say. It's England that will take the throw. Lucy Bronze will take the throw for England. And she throws to Ellen White. White just about gets the ball, but Beth Mead almost has the ball, but she's fouled just outside the 18-yard box. Nothing worthy of a penalty, but the referee gesticulating towards, using her hands, pointing at something. I couldn't quite see what, but very unfortunate for Beth Mead to be fouled just when she was about to get inside the 18-yard box. I'm sure she'll be very angry about that. That was a tackle from behind by a Felicitas Roach. It's a free kick to England once again. They need to take advantage of this free kick and get in front. Will it be Hemp or Mead to take the free kick? It looks like it'll be Lauren Hemp to take the free kick. She is the closest to the ball. She kicks the ball in towards the goal area, but well defended again by Germany. It was Hendrick who headed it clear. So the ball was heading the right way for England, but Hendrick managed to get a glancing head to it, and it's given a corner to England. Right at this moment in time, England just can't seem to get through Germany's defence. They've come close a couple of times, but could this be the moment that the ball goes in? Corner taken by Mead. Now it's with Lucy Bronze straight towards Georgia Stanway. She's aiming for Ellen White, but the ball was palmed away by Merle Holmes. England are getting closer and closer to opening their account. Deflected shot by Stanway towards Ellen White, but Holmes was there. The corner's quickly taken again. It's now with Lucy Bronze, but Holmes just about catches the ball in her hands at the last moment. It was a split-second reaction. She did well to react in time, but that was a well-timed header by Lucy Bronze. The ball was heading the right way, but Holmes was just too quick for her. It's Julia Green now for Germany. Gives the ball away to Ellen White. White tries to hold on, but she loses it to Hendrick. And we're now 19 minutes in. It's still England 0, Germany 0. You're listening to the Commentary Hub with Nicholas Jones and JB Stoddart. We're also on the Commentary Hub too, JB Sports, Storm FM, and on our Twitch channel as well. It's the fourth corner now for England. They failed to convert anything in their previous three attempts. Can they do so this time? Bronze with the header, but she cannot get it through to anyone. But she cannot get it through to anyone in the forward positions, and so the deadlock still remains unbroken. Merle Holmes gets ready to kick the ball out of the goal area for Germany. Composes herself, runs towards the ball and clears it out of goal, headed by somebody from England, I think it was, but it's now been caught by Lauren Hemp, but well tackled from behind by Marina Hegering. Hegering did well to tackle Lauren Hemp, and it's a throw-in now again to England to be taken by Lucy Bronze. Bronze gets ready to throw, and she does. She throws to Lauren Hemp. Hemp now with the ball, superb control. She passes back to Georgia Stanway, and it's now Kira Walsh. Rachel Daly now with the ball, crossing it forward towards Beth Mead, but defended very well by Germany. England aren't done though, as Walsh was aiming for Beth Mead, but deflected away really well by Germany. Serena Wigman in conversation with her assistant manager, Arjen Verink, as Martina Voss-Tecklenburg still shouting instructions from the touchline. Germany do well to sort out their free kick. Almost losing the ball to Ellen White. It's now with Lena McGall. McGall now for Germany. She's passed now to Hendrick. Now back towards McGall, trying to throw Ellen White off the scent. They do so successfully, but the ball's been given away now to England. It's Kira Walsh to Georgia Stanway. Stanway does well to hold on to the ball, but Was there a foul? I think there might have been by Sarah de Brits, or was it Georgia Stanway? I think Stanway might have been the instigator for that one. Is she going to receive a yellow card? It looks like it. And indeed, Stanway straight into the book. And that is not what England want at this time. And I can just about see on the monitor that she did indeed step on de Brits' foot. And that's what gave her the yellow card. She might be upset about it. But a yellow card is a yellow card, so she can't complain about that. And Germany back in play now with the ball, but tackled by England. It's now Ellen White almost losing it to Julia Gwynn. But did White foul Gwynn? I think she may have done. As Julia Gwynn now lying on the ground and the referee coming over to size the situation up. And yes, that was indeed a step on, and that was indeed a stamp on the foot by Ellen White. Or did she actually kick? Or did she actually kick her foot? So I think it might well have been just a. I think it might have been just a small strike on the foot, but no yellow. But yes, in fact, she has gone into the yellow. She has gone into the book. So 2 England players booked within about 30 seconds of each other. They need to watch out now. It's a Germany free kick to be taken by what looks to be Felicitas Roach. Roach kicks the ball in towards the goal area. England, to me, look like they're starting to lose their composure a bit. They need to regroup fast if they are to break through Germany's defence. What I should have said was that they just need to calm down a bit, as Germany, to me, look like they're starting to be more in control, as a throw-in quickly taken by Felicitas Roach. It's Germany still in play. Oberdorf to Sarah de Brits. Now back to Oberdorf. Oberdorf now passing to Leah Schuller. Schuller straight towards goal. Or was that Julie Brandt? It was Julie Brandt who had that ball at the last moment. That was a very messy attempt by Germany, and Brandt was going for goal, but it was actually deflected away by Millie Bright. So good deflection by Bright, but it's a Germany corner, and it will be Lena McGool who will take the corner for Germany. So McGool gets ready to take the corner for Germany. Raises her hand to signal she's ready. She kicks the ball in towards the 18-yard box. Is this going to be a goal for Germany? Surely. But Mary Earps just pounces at the last moment. Saves England's bacon at the right. Saves England's bacon just when it looks as though Germany were going to get in front. A bit of messy handling of the ball, but Earps just managed to grab it at the final moment. And England now look like they're about to find a way towards goal, but Germany were quick to hold that one off. 25 and a half minutes in, it's still England 0, Germany 0 in the Women's Euro final at Wembley. Deflected, I think, by Williamson, who just managed to pass it to Mary Earps. Earps looked like she was trying to calm everybody down after the storm. But that could so easily have been the opening goal for Germany. And is this going to be a potential penalty check? We go to VAR. And this could well be an early spanner in the works for England. The fans are hoping that it won't be a penalty for the Lionesses. Well, I think we shall have the decision very shortly. And the check is over. No penalty given. So we can now carry on as we are. And Georgia Stanway needs to get her act together. Otherwise, that will result in a second yellow card. Just glanced off her chest, and that was, I think, a push from behind by by Dabritz. Dabritz should at least be given a final warning for this, and it's an England free kick. It will be taken by either Hemp or Mead. It looks like it might be Lauren Hemp, or will it be Beth Mead? 27 minutes in, England need to make this free kick count. It's Hemp to take the free kick straight towards the goal area. Now it's with Millie Bright. Bright does a back heel forward towards Daly. England seem to be getting everybody in towards goal, but Germany are still holding their lines. And Beth Mead catches the ball. She passes now towards Lauren Hemp, who's fouled by Dabritz. Play on, says the referee, as Hoot tries to gain control of the ball, but the referee is not going to the referee's not going to take any nonsense from anyone. But this was what happened just now. It was I think a block in. I think it was a knock in the back, which could have resulted in that penalty for Germany. But as we know, VAR ruled it out, and it'll be a throw. And the ball has gone out for what could potentially be a throw in. It's a throw in to England. I thought for a moment it was going to be Germany. But England will once again take. But England will once again take the throw, and England are straight into it. Almost taking control of the ball, but Germany are quick to react. It's another throw in to England, thrown by Bronze, headed out by I think that was Julia Brandt. It's a third consecutive throw in to England. And not only has Georgia Stanway got to be careful, but also Ellen White has got to be careful. She's on a yellow card as well, remember. And Ellen White now catches the ball for England. She's passed down to Lucy Bronze. Bronze does really well to hold off Dabritz, but Dabritz manages to tackle the ball, passes to Brandt, and it's gone out again for a throw-in. This is starting to become really ragged now between England and Germany. Sort of messy control of the ball. It's a throw-in again to England, straight towards Bronze. She was aiming for Ellen White, but well defended by Germany. Lucy Bronze now has the ball again. She passes to Millie Bright, who passes down the wing to Leah Williamson. Williamson now running with the ball. She needs to pass to Lauren Hemp, she's done that now. Hemp now in control of the ball, needs to hold off Julia Gwynn. Almost does so, but that was I think that was a double tackle between Hoot and Julia Gwynn. Did Hoot manage to run into her? I think she may have done, and that was a bit of a rough handling by Julia Gwynn as well. Lauren Hemp clearly not happy about this, but goal kick swiftly given to Germany, cleared away by Merlefrons, and both sides need to start showing more of an attacking side, and Germany appear to be doing that now. Dabritz to Lena McGool, now back towards Dabritz. Or just over 30 minutes in, it's still England 0, Germany 0, as Lena McGool now has the ball for Germany, but loses it to Kira Walsh. Now Lucy Bronze, who passes to Beth Mead. Mead tackled or fouled, I should say, by Felicitas Roach. Roach, for me, that was an unnecessary tackle from behind, or was that a shove in the back? It was indeed a shove in the back. Very unnecessary in my view. Lucky not to get a yellow card. Williamson passing to Marriott. That was almost an unwise decision because Schuller was menacingly close, but Germany still managed to take control of the ball as Froms clears the ball away towards, I think that might have been Julia Gwynn, but that was given away now, and Julia Gwynn gets ready to take the throw in take the throw in, which she does towards Lena McGool. Now back towards Gwyn. Now it's with Hoots. Hoots loses control of the ball, and it's an England throw in to be taken by Rachel Daly. You would have thought at this moment in time that either one of the teams would be 1-0 up. But such has been the unpredictability of this final so far that it still remains goalless as McGool now, as Oberdorf passed to McGool, but lost the ball to England. And Ellen White tries to get the ball. Lauren Hebb just passes it to her. White loses the ball to De Brits for Germany. De Brits passing to McGool. Now back towards De Brits. De Brits. What can she do? She's passing up front to Julie Brand. Julie Brand has been a real thorn in England's side. Now it's with Roach. Straight now back towards Lena McGool. McGool enters the 18-yard box, but well deflected by Georgia Stanway. And England have regained control of the ball. Lauren Hemp tries to get it, but it was given away to Svenja Hoots. Hoots now back towards Julia Gwyn. Gwyn crossing the ball towards goal and saved by Mary Earps. How did she manage to get to it just in time? But was there an incident between her and Leah Schuller? Earps is now lying on the ground. Something must have happened which I did not see. And yes, indeed, Leah Schuller did cut across Mary Earps, just ran into her. And if Earps is indeed suffering because of it, that is not what England need. But she's back up on her feet. They build them tough out there. As we now enter the 34th minute, it's still England 0, Germany 0, and both teams have suffered 5 fouls. So let's just hope that this game does not start to get any more dirty. As Roach passes to McGool. Interest by Kira Walsh, but Germany still managed to hold on to the ball, and it's now almost been caught by De Brits, who passes down to Hendrick. Hendrick now with the ball for Germany. It's now with Julia Gwyn. Gwyn passing to Leah Schuller. Leah Schuller has done really well throughout this game and headed away by Bright. And the ball has been caught now by Daly, but given away to Svenja Hoots, and player's been stopped. I think that was a foul on Daly, and Svenja Hoots trying to protest her innocence. Or was it Julia Gwyn that fouled her? It was in fact Gwyn. I think Gwyn just stamped. I think Gwyn just kicked Daly on the foot there, and that's what's obviously sent her down. Svenja Hoots trying to stick up for her teammates, but has Julia Gwyn got away with it? Yes, she has, and play can now still resume as Kira Walsh now has the ball for England. She's passed to Georgia Stanway. Up the field now to Lucy Bronze. Interest by Brandt, but England still have ball control. Georgia Stanway now passing it to Kira Walsh. And it's now straight to Leah Williamson. We're less than 10 minutes away from half-time. It's still England 0, Germany 0. And as Lauren Hebb now has control of the ball for England. Now back towards Daly. Now Williamson and Walsh now back towards Williamson. Williamson crossing forward towards Frank Kirby, but well defended by Germany as Svenja Hood now tries to hold off the advances of Daly, and Germany still have control of the ball. Oberdorf towards Lena McGool, but well intercepted by Leah Williamson, who passes to Mary Earps. Now straight to Rachel Daly. Daly finds Walsh. Now back towards Daly. Daly passing the ball back to Mary Earps. Earps now finds Millie Brights back towards Williamson down the field. Williamson passing now to Millie Bright. Bright holding off Leah Schuller and finds Beth Mead, almost tackled by the ball was almost Lucy Bronze's, but Germany did really well to tackle that one, and the deflection of the ball results in the Germany throw-in to be taken by Roach. Roach gets ready to throw the ball in and out. Gets ready to throw the ball out straight towards Oberdorf. Oberdorf headed away by Rachel Daly, but the ball has gone out of play for yet another throw, and this time it will be Lucy Bronze who will take the throw for the Lionesses. As Bronze throws the ball towards Ellen White, but well defended by Germany. Ellen White surely now with the chance to take control of the ball, which she does. She passes to Beth Mead. Mead now entering the 18-yard box, straight towards Ellen White. No, surely that was almost a chance for goal, but Ellen White just aimed that fraction too high. The ball just clipped the crossbar. White did really well to pass to Beth Mead, and Mead a superb back pass towards White, and that was a well-aimed strike by White, but it just missed the crossbar by a couple of inches. White will be kicking herself for missing that one. As Julia Gwynn now has control of the ball, she passes to Debritz. Debritz now to Roach. Roach has now found Oberdorf, but England still managing to hold their own really, really well. Walsh still now towards Lauren Hemp. Daly now Williamson now Daly, I should say, as Daly now has Williamson, I should say, now has the ball straight towards Millie Bright. Bright to Lucy Bronze. Bronze crossing the ball forward to Beth Mead, but Hegering read the situation like a book, and but was Mead offside? I think she might well have been offside. She was just a fraction of a second offside, so Mead unlucky. So Mead unlucky to be ruled offside, and it's a straight free kick to Germany. Difficult to see who has the more potential to score within the remainder of the first half, and we're almost 5 minutes away from half time as Beth Mead has gone down. Beth Mead has gone down. I think that was a foul. I couldn't see who instigated the foul. It might well have been Felicitas Roach, and Roach just shoved her down to the ground. That was very naughty of her, in my view, and Roach has been given a yellow card. The first of the Germany players to go into the book, and Beth Mead just can't believe what has happened to her. 5 minutes to go until the end of the first, until half time. It's a free kick to England. They haven't been able to convert anything from those free kicks, but they need to step up their game this time. It's Lauren Hemp to once again take the free kick for England. Straight now towards the goal area. White was just about fouled inside the goal area. England was shouting for a penalty by the looks of it, but nothing was given. And I would say both players that are glanced at the head onto the ball, but Hegering just trips up Lucy Bronze, I should say. Nothing worthy of any cards or any kind of penalties, in my view. It'll be an England corner, and surely this has got to be the chance. And surely this has got to be the chance that England should take. It'll be Beth Mead to take the. It'll be Lauren Hemp, I should say, to take the corner for England. Beth Mead stands in goal, headed away by Julia Gwynn, but gives the ball away to Fran Kirby. Now Lauren Hemp back towards Fran Kirby. straight now to, I think that was Beth Mead, and it's now with Kira Walsh. Now straight towards Lucy Bronze. Bronze crossing the ball forward towards Fran Kirby, but Kirby was too far back to have any chance of putting the ball in goal, I should say. Really good teamwork by England, but Kirby in fact didn't But Kirby in fact didn't get close to the ball. I think it just grazed her back momentarily, but even so, it still remains just about 2.5 minutes from halftime. England 0, Germany 0. And you're listening to the Commentary Hub with Nicholas Jones and JB Stottard. As I was mentioning, that's Oberdorf bashes heads with Fran Kirby, but Oberdorf's still lucky to get away with that. Should have at least been given a verbal caution by Katarina Monsul as Millie Bright gets ready to take the free kick for England. She does so. She finds Lauren Hemp, but did she and Julia Gwynn touch? I think they may well have done, and it's a throw in to Germany, I should say. As Germany and Gwynn get ready to take the throw, but even so, White was just managed to hold on to the ball inside the goal area. Now it's with Lauren Hemp straight towards Beth Mead, but well intercepted by Sarah Dabritz, and Dabritz passing to Jula Brand, who pushes Georgia Stanway down to the ground. That was very rude, completely uncalled for in my view, and I think it's knocked herself out more than Stanway. I think she suffered a bit more than Stanway, as a Hegering now has the ball for Germany. She passes to Merle Froms straight now to Hendrick now with the ball. She goes over the centre line. She's getting ready to pass to Julia Gwynn, but she gives the ball away to I think that was Lauren Hemp. Will England make any substitutes at half time, or will it be Germany? We'll have to see, and it will be Daly to take the throw in for England. Daly poises herself, gets ready to throw. We're about 10 seconds away. We're almost 10 seconds away from half time, and the ball's headed away by Gwynn towards Hut now towards Leah Schuller, and it's now with Julia Gwynn once more. Now straight back towards Hoots, I should say, and we've now got a minute of added on time. Germany and England need to make this minute work in their favour. We're now coming up to 40 seconds left, and it'll be Daly to take the throw for England. Almost missed by Ellen White, and now picked up by Hendrick for Germany. Germany need to make the last 30 seconds count if they are to score within that time. It doesn't look like they will be, as Hegering passes to Hendrick. Cross forward by Hendrick. Deflected away very well by Leah Williamson. We're now into the last 10 or so seconds, and surely the whistle has got to go for half time. Daly will take the throw in for England. This has got to be the last action of the game, surely. And we're now over the half minutes. It's half time at Wembley. Both England and Germany came into this match with a huge amount of hype. Germany may have lost a key player in Alexandra Pop, but Leah Schuller has really stepped up to the mark to fill her shoes, and as Svenja Hut has done really effectively as captain. Both teams have had great chances to score throughout this game, but nothing has come of it so far. And the halftime score at the Women's Euro final at Wembley: England 0, Germany 0.
Thank you, Nicholas. Or shall I say, Murray Walker? You were he was revved up for that first half, wasn't he? How do I top that? Anyway, it's 0-0. But well, let me just have my say on the first half. I'm watching it as a spectator rather than a commentator. I felt the 2 yellow cards were very unjust for England, certainly for Helen White and for Georgia Stanway. I didn't think they were yellow cards. I think the referee, I feel, could have erred on the side of caution. It's a showpiece event. It's the grand final of the European Championships. What you don't want to be doing is booking players left, right, and centre, especially England ones, when there were nothing in it at all. But having said that, though, England have given as good as they've got. And you've got to say Germany, even without Alexander Popp, have actually had a good few moments themselves. There was that horrible moment for Mary Earps as well. But certainly it's been sort of an even Stevens first half. There's no doubt about that. But I'll tell you what, listening to Nicholas's commentary, I hope he's having a cup of tea because he'll need to get his breath back for the second half. Anyway, let's just have a look at some of the key opportunities. This was a chance here for Ellen White. It was set up here. It was Frank Kirby who laid it in, and Ellen White there at the back stick of the right-hand post, far post. Well, she's trying to head it back across the goal. And in fact, if she'd headed it down, there was a chance maybe for possibly another England player to get on the end of that and finish the job off there. But Ellen White thought she could hit the target. She's looking to equal Wayne Rooney's record if you count women's and men's goals for England. And his was another chance as well. And another good save, actually. I think, again, it was Ellen White here making good inroads. Once again, England having a lot of joy down the right-hand channel, as you can see, as I can see. And the cutback was good. And White just couldn't keep the shot down. The goalkeeper, I feel, might have had that covered anyway, even if it was on target. But Sabrina Whiteman still, I think there's plenty of good stuff out there for England. It hasn't been a vintage England performance. By June, Germany have made it out to be that way. And you have to have 2 teams to tango with. And I have to say Germany have given as good as they've got in this first half. There's no question about that. But I think the Ukrainian referee just needs to calm down a little bit with the yellow cards. I think the 2 yellow cards England got were very harsh decisions. I just felt that they were a bit harsh on the, if I'm being totally honest. Now, we've had a few on the chat. Now, we don't want any. I just noticed on the chat as well that there's been some dodgy stuff going on the chat. Nothing from our guys, but there's been some idiot trying to get on and promote a dating website. We're not interested. This is a football channel. This is not a dating channel. This is a football channel, and we would appreciate. And of course, Russ has barred them from ever trying to put their rubbish out there on YouTube ever again. So in future, whoever tries to comment like that, please, they will not be appearing on this channel. Please, 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 if you're going to comment, talk about the game rather than try and promote your own stuff on our channel. We're not in the business of doing that. We are a channel. We open the chat because people want to talk about the game. We do not want to hear messages for online dating. Thank you very much indeed. Just wanted to get that out there to people there that we're not in the mood, and YouTube need to be a little bit more coy where they are allowing to chat on these live streams. And that's Google's responsibility. I just want, but if you have been offended by anything that was said on the chat, according to the dating website, I can only apologize, but it was beyond our control. That's Google's problem, and they should be stamping it out. Yeah, stamping it out. Anyway, so 0-0 then in this first half. As I say, pretty even Stevens, but 45 minutes to go. England, we all know, as you've probably been watching now, this is the inconsistency. This is what I'm talking about. Now, the number 6 there for Germany, she should have been booked because she's absolutely got into Stanway. And then when Stanway goes in and walks here, I mean, Beth Mead there goes in. I mean, Roach should be sent off for 2 yellows. This is where the inconsistency of this referee. Now, Stanway here, there's nothing in that at all. She's fouled the number 13, but to me, the 13 there has made an absolute meal of it. And I have to say, that is a very, very, very harsh booking. And no wonder Sabrina Wagman is furious. That the referee was absolutely poor. How can she justify that being a bookable offence? And then watch again. What's this? That's another yellow card. Now, why isn't the referee getting on top of this? It's a joke. The ref has been poor. I know she comes from the Ukraine and we wish her well, but she has been atrocious, to say the least. And no wonder Sabrina Wagman has got a face like thunder. It is disgraceful. It is not goalful. And she needs, this referee, to have a far, far better second half and be less biased towards the Germans. Not a biased opinion, just an observer looking on. Right, we're going to come away from the football for about 10 minutes and bring you some news from the Commonwealth Games. Of course, taking place in Birmingham. We're into the 4th day of competition. Also, we got some cricket news as well. England, South Africa taking place as we speak. But there's been a major incident in this velodrome today in Birmingham. England's Matt Rawls was involved in a terrible crash, which both he and his bike flew into the crowd at the Lee Valley Velo Park. The 24-year-old Olympic champion was actually treated in the stands for more than half an hour before taken by ambulance to hospital for tests. The Ironman's Matt Bostock and Canada's Derek G were also taken to hospital for tests, and spectators were also injured, with one taken away in the wheelchair. Now, the rest of the session at the velodrome was abandoned, and the spectators were asked to leave when Walls was having treatment. Walls, I'm pleased to say, was alive and alert and talking, said the Team England spokesman. The crash actually happened in the final lap of the men's scratch race qualifying, as 8 riders, up to 8 riders, collided on the track. Walls have been trying to avoid riders that are forward in an incident that began on the entrance to the corner. The stricken pair of the New Zealander George Jackson and Australia's Josh Duffy were sliding up the banking, forcing Walls up onto the barrier and then over it into the crowd. A Birmingham spokesman said 3 cyclists and 2 spectators have been treated by the medical team on site. The 3 cyclists involved have been taken to hospital, and the 2 spectators, thankfully, did not require hospital treatment. And in fact, the Canadian Matthias Giacometti was actually disqualified from the race for causing the initial crash. So, sensational stuff going on. And in the gymnastics, Achapon gets a silver medal in the all-round. Gets an all-round silver medal. So well done to her. So let's have a look now. So so England's Jake Jarman wins gold and silver in the all-round final. That's the gymnastics again. So Jake Jarman wins gold and James Hall silver. That's the men's all-round final. Or Dean Akapon in the women's events. James Ball wins Wales' first goal in the men's tandem B sprint. Scotland's Nia Evans gets silver in the 25-kilometre points race. Wales' Emma King takes bronze, and Laura Kenneth, unfortunately, finished 13th. Sophie Unwin and pilot Georgia Holt win the time trial silver after controversially missing out on a bronze on Friday. Of course, and a golden treble for England in the mixed team relay after David Ellis and Katie Crowhurst win their power races. And later on tonight, in the 100-metre breaststroke in the swimming, Adam Peaty will be competing for Britain, or for England, in that final. That's at 8 o'clock British time, whilst Duncan Scott will face tonight Chandler Kloss in the 200 butterfly. Okay, so that brings you up to date with what's happening in the Commonwealth Games. Latest in the cricket, unfortunately, we're still waiting as the pitch gets heavily watered here. England for 2020 here at the Ageas Bowl down in Hampshire, and let's have a look at what's happened here. They're heading for defeat, so let's have a look at what happened then. England have lost the game, as it turns out. by the looks of it. Let's have a look. Well, it looks as if they're heading for defeat anyway. So England needed 91 to win from 3.2 overs. They are actually been bowled out for 101 all out. South Africa had made 991 for 5. Henricks had made 70 runs off 50 balls. Markram had made 51 runs off 36. David Willey, though, took 3 for 25. As for England, well, what a dismal day. South Africa have won it by 90 runs and take the third match of the series. So really sad day there, really. And there will be some concerns in that England dressing room. They have now failed to win a white ball series all summer. And, they were the tops about 3 months ago. And now it's all changed. It's the red ball they're excelling at and the white ball series. And it's a major concern with the T20 World Cup coming up later in the year. The England innings, well, it makes dismal reading the scorecard. Roy gone for 17. Butler out for 14. Malan out for 7. Bairstow top scored, incidentally, with 27 before he was caught by Miller. Molinari lasted not so long. He was bowled by Markram, caught Stubbs for 3. Livingston out for 3, caught Bahaj, bowled Shamsi. Sam Curran out for 9, Markram and Shamsi. Willie bowled Shamsi for 0. Jordan LBW to Shamsi for 14. Rashid caught Markram, bowled Shamsi for 0. And Topley was the only man not out, didn't face a ball. Hawks, and they win the game by 90 runs. The bowling figures for South Africa: Mirage 2 for 21, Naughty 1 for 12, Ngidi none for 10. Shamsi, look at that, 4 overs, 5 for 24. Fiver. It's very rare you see a fiver in 2020 cricket, but there you go. Poenko got 1 for 23. Makram bowled 1 over, 1 for 5, and the falls of the wickets, well, they didn't even bat out the overs. It's pathetic, really. And I'm sorry to say that England's cricketers, white ball cricketers, are an absolute shambles. We have a great T20 competition in this country, but unfortunately, the selectors, for whatever reason, do not pick the best 2020 specialists. They pick the big names like Jason Roy and Josh Butler. They need to hold them back for the 50 overs. Jason Roy is not a 2020 specialist. We need players of the caliber of Calder Canmore and people like that, for sure. In the football, there's been championship games taking place. In fact, latest in the Scottish Premiership, Celtic 1, Aberdeen 0. The goal scorer, Welsh, on 3 minutes. They played just over 70 minutes in that one. Celtic winning by a goal to 0. And earlier today, Motherwell, of course, beat St Mirren 1-0. Van der Meen with a penalty on 42 minutes. Lammy was sent off for Graham Alexander's side 8 minutes from the end. And then finally, in the Championship, Coventry won. Coventry got a point against Sunderland. Clark had put Sunderland ahead on 12 minutes. And Gorkes scored with a late goal on 84 minutes, which meant a point apiece in that game in the Championship. Millwall now top the table with 3 points. So Hull, Millwall, Hull, Burnley, Blackburn, Blackpool, and Cardiff all have maximum points from their first games in the Championship. As we look at Alexander Pope, who's still looking disconsolate. There's a change at half time. Julie Brand is going to come on for Tabia Vasmuth. So without further ado, let's cross over back to our commentary team, as the teams will be making their way out in a second. We'll go back to Nicholas in just a second. In fact, all the teams are out on the field. So let's rejoin Nicholas Jones for the second half. Can England do it? Let's hope so. Fingers crossed, everybody. Back to Nicholas Jones for the second half.
Thanks, JB. As mentioned, Tabea Vasmuth's coming on in place of Jules Brandt. No other substitutions of the halftime that I can see so far. So really action-packed first half that did not result in any goals. Can either England or Germany turn things around? 45 minutes are all that stand between them and destiny. Although this could go into extra time, or maybe even penalties. But right now, 45 minutes is all that matters. It'll be Germany to kick us off this time, and they will be going from right to left, and England from left to right. The referee makes sure that everything is ready, and away we go for the second half between England and Germany in the Women's Euro final. Leah Schuller with the ball headed towards Gwynn, but picked up very well by Rachel Daly. It's out for a Germany throw-in so early in the game. And the throw-in to be taken by Julia Gwynn. She has been a real nuisance for England. Straight now towards Oberdorf. Oberdorf almost completely unsighted there. Schuller towards Lena McGall, and McGall passing to Hoot, and well saved by Mary Earps. That was an attempt on goal by Svenja Hoot, but Earps quickly sorted that, no problem. Daly back now towards Earps, although Vasmuth looked very threatening as Millie Bright now has control of the ball. Vasmuth tried to take it off her, but the teamwork between Bright and Earps really worked well as Bronze almost has the ball, but she loses it to Hengering. Now it's straight towards Tabea Vasmuth. Vasmuth straight now towards Lena McGall. McGall just outside the 18-yard box. She passes back now to, I thought it was going to Vasmuth, but it's now with Roach. Roach now crossing towards, I think that was Schuller, but Earps was able to save that ball just in time, clearly. And Earps clearly furious at the lack of England defence. So Earps did really well. So Earps did really well to catch the ball, and she kicks the ball out of the England goal, almost picked up by Ellen White, but a clash of heads between her and Oberdorf, but this could really cost England now. It's given the ball away to Vasmuth. Vasmuth just outside the goal here, once again saved by Mary Earps. She has really stood head and shoulders above everybody in England so far, in my view. That was a great bit of ball control by Tabea Vasmuth. Vasmuth, she had the right idea, but Mary Earps just pounced on it at the right moment. But Germany still have control of the ball as Hoot now passes to I think that was Oberdorf, but England are quick to steal the ball away. Kirby misses the ball, and Hendrick is quick to take advantage. Hendrick towards Sarah Dabritz, loses it to Kira Walsh. Walsh has to hold on to the ball, but it's an offside. But offside's being ruled out against Sarah Dabritz for Germany, and it'll be what looks to be a throw-in to England, or will it be it's an indirect free kick apparently, and it will be Leah Williamson to clear the ball out of the way, which she does, as Williamson crossing the ball now towards, I think that was Beth Mead, but Germany were quick to intercept that one. It seems to me as though Germany are starting to become just that fraction more aggressive, and England are having to pull out all the stops to defend, as Dabritz now has the ball. She's passing to Roach, straight now towards Lena McGall, and that was really, really close. McGall could so easily have put Germany in front. McGall had the right idea with the ball, but I think Williamson got it. But I think Williamson got in her way, which I think slowed the ball's momentum, and Earps just missed the post. Martina Voss Tecklenburg just couldn't seem to watch, and the goal score still remains England 0, Germany 0. after just over 49 and a half minutes. Throw into England. It's now with Frank Kirby. Kirby for England. She passes to Daly. Now Daly trying to find Lauren Hemp, but Germany are quick off the mark with that one. As McGall crossing to Fastmut, and that header was way too wide. Tabea Fastmut, she has made quite the impression ever since coming on in place of Julie Brandt. I think it may well be she that scores the first goal for Germany. But to do that, she has to get past Mary Earps, and Earps, she has been really quick on the draw. She has been really quick with the saves on that one. As a couple of England players look like they're getting ready to come on as a substitute. It looks, I think Ella Toon and Alessia Russo are preparing to come on. England may seem to need them most as Frank Kirby tried to get to the ball for England, and the ball has now gone towards Beth Mead, I should say. Beth Mead has the ball, does well to control it. She passes to Lucy Bronze. Bronze now towards Walsh, who finds Leah Williamson, and the captain passes to Lauren Hemp, but loses the ball to Oberdorf, and it's now gone straight through to Lena McGall. McGall passing to Hoot, but the ball has gone out for a Germany throw. Quickly taken. It's now with Leah Struller. Leah Struller tries to take advantage of it, but Daly deflects it away, and there's a bit of an argument going on between those two. And Daly showing her disapproval, I should say. And that was a minor shove in the back by Struller. And very rarely do you see women players get so heated like this. And the referee tried to sort the situation out. So I think she's done that now. But whatever Struller did, Daly was having none of it. Throw into Germany. It's now with Oberdorf. Oberdorf towards Leah Struller, but deflected away by Leah Williamson. And it's now with Svenja Hoot. Svenja Hoot now for Germany. She's passed to Julia Gwynn, but Hoot still tries to hold on to the ball, but it's been given away to England. And Svenja Hoot's clearly angry at things not going her way. I think both sides are starting to become. I think both England and Germany are starting to become a bit more ragged. They need to calm themselves down as Germany once again take advantage of the throw. England need to defend with all their might. They're doing so. They're doing so, but they need to start showing more of an attacking style now. As Georgia Stanway tries to get control of the ball, but loses it to Alina McGall. McGall passing to Sarah Dobritz. I think the referee was saying advantage Germany. Roach to Lena McGall. McGall passing down the field to Marina Hegering. Hegering now to Merlif Holmes. It's now with Hendrick. Hendrick has passed to Svenja Hoot. Hoot now finds Vasmut across. Vasmut tried to cross, but well defended. But well defended by Lauren Hemp and Rachel Daly. It's a corner now to Germany. It looks to me as though Germany are getting ever closer and closer to scoring the opening goal of this game in the second half, more so than England, and it looks like it will. So in goes the ball in towards the goal here, easily saved by Mary Earps. Earps did really well to pounce on that, but Earps did really well to pounce on the ball. Leah Schuller tried to get to it, but Earps was just too strong for her. Walsh now towards Rachel Daly. Now passing to Leah Williamson. Williamson tries to find Frank Kirby, but the ball was too far. Off the line. Now it's a throw in now to England, and a substitute is being made for England. Frank Kirby makes way for Ella Toone, and Alessia Russo looks like she's going to come on as well. So Ella Toone, who saved England's bacon against Spain, and Ellen White's going to come off in place of Alessia Russo. So she will not equal the goal scoring stat set by Wayne Rooney. Very disappointing for Ellen White. But England now need to pull something really fresh out of the box with the inclusion of Russo and Toone. You can always count on those two players to pull off something spectacular. And I think that was a foul on Catherine Julia Hendrick. I couldn't see who had done it, but it's given a free kick to Germany. And Hendrick, who I mentioned just now, takes a step or two back, kicks the ball forward. She's aimed for Vasmuts, but that was an easy save for Mary Earps, and Earps now rolls the ball out towards. I think that was Ella Toone or somebody, but Oberdorf was the one who fouled her. Oh no, it was Stanway. It was Stanway who picked up the ball, and Oberdorf just ran into her like she wasn't even there, and that is a yellow card for Lena Oberdorf. Should have at least received a booking earlier on in the game, but it's now Vasmuts with the ball for Germany. Vasmuts now towards Leah Schuller. Schuller almost saw an open goal, but Mary Earps was quick to react to that one, and Schuller is understandably disappointed at not taking advantage of this. Schuller actually showing dissent towards what was going on, and in fact Schuller's gone into the books. But what has happened to Mary Earps? Earps has gone down for something, and Leah Schuller just got a foot into her chest, or did she just bang her on the leg? Just bear with me while I try and reassess what happened. And I think that was a foot into Earps' chest, and Earps just screaming out in pain. This is not what England need now, and neither is this what Germany need. Leah Schuller already in the book, as is Lena Oberdorf, and play can now resume as it's Hendrick. Almost had the ball taken by Russo, and Hendrick has been fouled. I think that was by Russo, and the referee now obviously now looking to clamp down on any foolish antics. So it was indeed Russo that fouled Hendrick, but Russo lucky to get away with that one. You can always count on Alessia Russo to produce heroics in the second half, and she's been doing it throughout this tournament. Can she do so today? As Lena McGool now has the ball for Germany, but deflected away by England. It's Ella Toone towards Lauren Hemp, I think that was. Walsh passes down the wing to Lucy Bronze. Lucy Bronze now with the ball. Almost tackled by Vasmut, but Bronze does really well to hold on to the ball. It's now with Beth Mead, who slide tackles into Marina Hegering, and Mead suffers for that one as well. I think the blame lies with Mead. She did try to tackle the ball, so I think she just got a touch to it, and the violence of the slide tackle just sent Hegering tumbling towards the ground, and both of them are completely flat on the ground. I'd say that was a very unnecessary tackle by Beth Mead, and it looks like Marina Hegering is going to come off but Hegering straight back onto her feet. Has Beth Mead suffered as a result of what has happened? Has she suffered for her own mistake? As the Germany players get ready to have a quick drink. And if Beth Mead is hurt, then that will be a huge blow for England. Mead now trying to Mead now having a few stretches of her leg. The England supporters understandably looking very concerned, but some are just taking the opportunities away. Taking the opportunities away to the cameras across the stadium. The Germany flags are flowing, so I can see quite a lot of them. I think I'll see more Germany flags than I do England flags. But our concern right now is with Beth Mead. If she has to be stretchered off, then we wish her all the best, and just say that it was bad luck. But just as I say that, she's back up. But just as I say that, she's back up on her feet. So a stretcher is unnecessary. She's being led around the pitch by the physios. She appears to be all right, but she may well have to be substituted quickly as Chloe Kelly looks like she's going to come on. As Marina Hegering now passing to Felicitas Roach, now back to Hegering. Beth Mead still walking around the edge of the pitch. Will it be Kelly that comes on for her? Hegering once again with the ball for Germany. Alessia Russo tries to catch it, but it's now with Roach. Roach straight towards Fathma, headed by Lucy Bronze. Now it's with Georgia Stanway. Stanway passing now to Kira Walsh. Walsh now crossing the ball forward to Ella Toone. Ella Toone, is this the chance for England to get in front? It is! And England take the lead at Wembley! Ella Toone, what a finish from the substitute. She did so in the quarter final against Spain. She's done so against Germany. And just like that, after the hour mark, Ella Toone only goes and puts England in front. Has this given England a new spring in their step towards winning the Women's Euros? Prince William applauding in the stands. What a magnificent finish that was by the Manchester United player. Superb cross. That was a superb cross forward by Kira Walsh. I think Ella Toone was onside, and she just took on everybody like they weren't there. And the sight of Merle Holmes did not throw her off. That was a superb lob over the goalkeeper and straight into the net. England lead Germany by a 1-0. And Serena Wigman's face shows pure joy. Germany need to regroup fast if they are to stay in contention, but England need to start defending more and attacking as well. And as there's the confirmation, Chloe Kelly does indeed replace Beth Mead. So the golden boot is still up for grabs, and as I say, it will be equal between Mead and Pop. But was that? This is what happened just now between McGool and Toone. Was that a tug on the shirt? It looks like it was, and McGool surprisingly lucky to get away with that. In normal circumstances, that would have surely been at least a yellow card. But the free kick has been taken by England, almost intercepted by Russo. Hendrick was the player who actually got to the ball. It's now with Ella Toone. Ella Toone towards I think that was taken by Germany. It's now back with England as Millie Bright passes the ball to Mary Earps. Earps now finds Lucy Bronze. Bronze now running with the ball straight towards Alessia Russo. Alessia Russo now just outside the 18-yard box, straight now to Lauren Hebb. Lauren Hebb needs to pass to someone quickly. She does. It's Kira Walsh. She passes to Rachel Daly, and it's now Chloe Kelly. Chloe Kelly does a forward cross towards Alessia Russo, but Germany deflect the ball away. The ball is now with Germany again, with almost 35 minutes to go until full time. And for Ella Toone, that is her second goal of the European. That was her second goal of the European Championships. Her 13th overall, and I could just about see Nicole Anyomi getting ready to come onto the pitch as a substitute as well. So Dabritz now for Germany, straight now to Lena McGull. Lena McGull, can she level it? No, it just bounced off the post, and the rebound by Schuller was intercepted by Mary Earps. So well saved by the England goalkeeper. Schuller did everything right with the rebound, but Earps was just too quick for her. And Mary Earps kicks the ball out of the goal for England, and it's now straight towards Ella Toone. Toone passing to Williamson. Now Millie Bright. Bright's passing back towards Earps. Now it's back with Bright. Schuller is closing her down, but Bright crossing the ball forward to, I think that was Lauren Hemp. But either way, it's gone up. But either way, it's gone over for the. And we're just having a slight VAR check to confirm that yes, indeed, Ella Toone was onside. Otherwise, there would have been a longer check. But it doesn't. But that matters little to England right now. And could Ella Toone be the one that that sends England on their way to victory in the Women's Euros, as it's Lauren Hemp now with the ball. She just about holds on to it. She crosses to Chloe Kelly. Is it going to go back towards Ella Toone? Indeed it is. And Nicole Anyomi has indeed come on as a substitute. Straight down towards Alessia Russo. But Germany are quick to defend that one. But the ball is now with Lucy Bronze. Bronze passing to, I think that was Stanway. Bronze now back to Kira Walsh. Now it's Stanway. Now Bronze again. Bronze passes back to Rachel Daly and Leah Williamson. Now back towards Daly. Daly now in control of the ball for England. Straight pass back to Ella Toone. Now straight to Kira Walsh. England are really being put to the test in the final at Wembley. A forward cross by Chloe Kelly, or wasn't that even a shot? I think that was actually a shot, but Merle Holmes was very quick to save that one. Chloe Kelly could have scored for England, but Merle Holmes in that time was too strong for her. Coming up to 68 minutes, it's now England 1, Germany 0. And you're listening to the Commentary Hub with Nicholas Jones and JB Stossard. And it's a straight free kick now to England, who have had 8 attempts. Germany have had 9. And the free kick taken by England, their attempts on target. England have had 5. Germany have had 1. It's Leah Williamson with the ball for England. Williamson passing up the field to Alessia Russo. Now back towards Daly, I should say, as Chloe Kelly now running after the ball, but she's too far back. It's over the line, and it'll be a Germany throw. And Martina Voss-Tecklenburg starting to feel a bit tense now, as are likely the majority of the Germany players. It'll be Sarah Dabritz with the throw for Germany, but England are quick to take the ball back. It's now with Rachel Daly. Now Lucy Bronze. Bronze passing again to Daly, but well taken by Germany. And here's Nicole Anyomi, the substitute. She's taking them all on. She passes to Sarah Dabritz. Now Svenja Hoots headed away by Millie Bright. Great defending by England, and again by Lucy Bronze and Georgia Stanway, but Germany are still determined to get through them one way or another, but they lose the ball to Ella Toon. She tries to find Alessia Russo, but too late. Germany are back in control. Lena McGall losing again to Rachel Daly, and straight now to Julia Gwynn. I have to say it's really too close to call who are my standout players at this moment in time, as Sarah Dabrit tries to get through Leah Williamson, but fails to do so. Walsh towards Daly. Daly crossing the ball forward to Alessia Russo, but almost nicked by Oberdorf. And I can just about see a Germany substitute going to come on. I think it's actually going to be Sydney Lohman. Lohman will be coming on as well. Lohman will be coming on, and Walsh now with the ball for England. She passes, but losing the ball to as a Germany. It's now Anyomi. Anyomi almost tackled by Daly. Daly just couldn't get to the ball. We're now just 19 and a half minutes away from what could potentially be a historic win for England. They need to at least score one more goal just to be sure, as Daly gets ready to take the throw for England. Almost headed away by Gwyn. It's now with Vasmut for Germany. Vasmut needs to find Sarah Dabrit. She does, but England need to get the ball off. And that was almost that looked like almost an attempt at goal by Lena McGall, but she sends the ball the wrong way, and the goal still stands at 1-0. Or was that? And I think that might have actually been a small deflection off somebody, because it's a Germany corner. Neither team has scored from a corner throughout this game. Can Germany do so now? And England doing really well to defend that one. Heggering under pressure from Daly, but Heggering just sends but Heggering was pressured into sending the ball out, and it is now a proper corner to Germany. They couldn't convert anything from this last one. Will they be able to do so this time? As Roach fires the ball in towards the goal area, almost sent in by Heggering, but well deflected away by England, and it's now and the Lionesses can breathe a sigh of relief once again. That was very close. That was a very close call for Germany to equalising the score, but Chloe Kelly it was who cleared the ball out for England, as Sarah Dabrit makes way for Sydney Lohman. Sarah Dabrit has been really effective for Germany throughout this game, and the throw-in will be taken by England, as Bronze throws to Alessia Russo, now almost picked up by Chloe Kelly. But Germany did really well to defend that one. And it's now with Vasmut for Germany, but loses it to Daly. Daly does really well to fend off, did well to fend off Lohman, or rather she didn't, because Lohman now has the ball for Germany, but it's well over the crossbar, and England will have another goal kick. Once again, superb ball control by Kira Walsh, and good teamwork between her and Ella Toon, and that was what put the Lionesses in front, and the fans just went absolutely berserk, and so did the remainder of the players. And it's a UEFA Euro tournament record at Wembley with 87,192 inside the stadium. JB was right that a record would be broken at an almost sell-out Wembley stadium, as Kira Walsh crosses the ball forward to Alessia Russo. Russo tries to go around Heggering but can't, as the German knee number 5 did really well to tackle that one. It's Nicole Anyomi for Germany now. Anyomi crossing the ball. Anyomi does a forward pass, I should say, to Hoot, but well tackled by Rachel Daly. Germany are still not out of this one. Vasmut was getting close to the ball, but well defended by England, and it's now with Lena McGool. McGool towards Julia Gwynn. Gwynn, was this the chance for Germany? The answer was no. I thought for one wild moment it was going to go in, but Mary Earps, Mary Earps might have gotten a touch of the ball. Julia Gwynn, in fact, Earps didn't, but Gwynn, I think the ball was deflected away by the momentum of Daly, and Earps tried to get to the ball, but just fell onto the ground. Did she collide with somebody? I think she may have done, but she's still on the pitch. As I mentioned in the first half, they make them tough out there. And Earps now kicking the ball out of the goal. Straight towards, I think that was Chloe Kelly, but Germany were quick to react to that one. It's Lucy Bronze crossing the ball forward, was aiming for Alessia Russo, but Heggering was quick to nick it off, was quick to take it away. It's now with Hendrick. It's now with Hendrick. Hendrick crossing the ball to, I think that was Lena McGool, but England are quick to take the ball back. Lauren Hebb tries to tackle Julia Gwynn, but it only results in sending the ball away. Just a normal incident, I'd say. In my view. But it's a Germany throw. Germany will have to take the throw, or is it going to be an England throw? No, it's an England throw. I should say it'll be a long-range throw by Rachel Daly, Alessia Russo, and Lauren Hemp. Inside the 18-yard box, Ella Toon and Chloe Kelly just out, and already they're splitting as a Daly throws to Chloe Kelly, but well held by Julia Gwynn, and it will look to be another England throw by the looks of it. We're now just under 15 minutes away. We're now just under 15 minutes left until full time. No one will look to concede an inch right now. England just have to at least get another one in, or just show their superb defending as Hendrick passes to what looks to be a Heggering, and it's Marina Heggering, and it's now Lena Oberdorf crossing the ball forward to Millie Bright. I think intercepted. I think the ball was actually aiming for Svenja Hoot, but superb deflection by Bright results in a throw-in for Germany. A stray ball went onto the pitch for whatever reason. Anyway, thrown to be taken by Germany. Hoot towards Roach. Now back to Hoot. Hoot trying to cross, but the ball's headed away by Millie Bright. They're still in contention for the ball. Germany couldn't convert anything this time. England were too strong for them, as Roach now has crossed the ball in towards the goal area, back towards Lena Oberdorf, and it's now deflected away by Chloe Kelly. Kelly after the ball. She has it, but almost loses it to Hendrick, and Kelly has been tackled from behind by Hendrick. Although, to be fair, Kelly did really well to try and hold off any advances. It's now back with Hendrick for Germany. And Hendrick crossing the ball forward to what looks to be Sydney Lohman. Lohman just outside the 18-yard box. Now straight towards Tabea Vasmuth. And Germany have levelled! It's 1-1 for Germany. And McGool will ensure that it could well at least go into extra time, just when we thought that England could be on the way to victory. Germany pulls something special out of the bag to level the score. And Lena McGool, she looked very threatening throughout the first half, and her persistence has paid off. Superb cross forward to Sydney Lohmann. Lohmann did really well to set up the attack. Passed really effectively to Bayer Basmuth and McGall was and McGall just pounced without asking. So Mary Earp's streak throughout this game is broken at last. So we're now close to 10. So we're now 10 minutes. So we've now got 10 minutes left of the second half. A very crucial period of 10 minutes for both England and Germany. And Germany now look like they want to add more to it. It's Svenja Hoot with the ball now for Germany. She's passed to Lena McGall. McGall just about holds onto the ball just outside the 18-yard box. Hemp tries to tackle it off her, but a bit of argy-bargy and a bit of shirt pulling as well by Lauren Hemp. That's outrageous. As Lucy Bronze now passes to Kira Walsh, now heading towards Alessia Russo, passing now to Chloe Kelly and Ella Toon. Daly now going after the ball herself. It's actually Lauren Hemp. Hemp needs to set up Alessia Russo and fast. She does so. Alessia Russo now with the ball. Chloe Kelly almost got her foot to it. But Merlith Holmes was able to save that one with absolute ease. So with 9 minutes to go, it's England 1, Germany 1, and for McGall, it's her third goal in 5 matches in the Euros. But the ball has now been passed back to Merlith Holmes, and it's straight now to Marina Hegering. Hegering now passing to what looks to be Hendrick. Now back to Hegering. Now it's with Sydney Lohmann. Lohmann crossing really well up the field to Tabea Vesmuth. Vesmuth was passing to McGall, but Earps has now wised to this decision, but well saved by Mary Earps. Had she reacted a fraction sooner to McGall's earlier goal, then it would have still remained England 1, Germany 0. As Leah Williamson now has the ball. As Leah Williamson now has the ball for England, she passes down the wing to Millie Bright. Bright now looking to find someone to pass it to. Almost found Lauren Hemp. It's now with Lucy Bronze. Bronze has to hold on to the ball. She loses it to Lohmann, and the referee now has blown for what could possibly be a free kick. That was really rough by I think Hegering might have been in the wrong there, but Bronze was equally just as determined. It's a free kick to England, and Bright does a short kick of the ball to pass to Leah Williamson. Williamson now passing down the wing to Millie Bright, back up the wing to Williamson. She's got Vasmuth for company, and she passes back to Millie Bright. Now back towards Lucy Bronze. Bronze has to hold on. She passes straight to Mary Earps. Earps now clears the ball out of the goal towards Lauren Hemp, but Germany are quick to take it back. But England straight back into it now. It's with Lauren Hemp. She passes to Georgia Stanway. Stanway trying to find Alessia Russo, but Russo just missed the ball. Hendrick tried to pass it to Froms, but Froms was able to get to it just in time. Alessia Russo was too far back from the ball. Had she been a few inches closer, she may well have gotten a foot to it. It's Hegering now for Germany, straight towards Hendrick. Hendrick pursued by Russo, and the ball is now with McGall, but tackled by England. It's now back, and it's now straight back with Germany as Vasmuth tries to set up a shot, but well held by England. And it's now Oberdorf for Germany towards Nicole Anyomi, but loses it to Chloe Kelly. And the ball has been cleared out by Mary Ertz straight now towards what looks to be Lauren Hemp. Hemp crossing the ball now to Chloe Kelly. Kelly passing to what looks to be Rachel Daly. Now back to the captain, Leah Williamson. Williamson passing to Daly. Now Daly finds Millie Bright. We've now just about 5 minutes to go. It still remains England 1, Germany 1, as Kira Walsh now has the ball for England. Walsh now passing to Leah Williamson. Now it's now gone towards Alessia Russo. Russo trying to set up a position for somebody up front, but not to be that time. And Hendrick has been fouled. I couldn't quite see what happened to her, but she might have gotten involved. But I think that was with Russo. Yes, indeed, it was with Russo. Did Russo tap her on the foot? I think she may well have done, and the momentum just forced Hendrick down. I do believe that was unintentional. But we're now going to take a look. I'm now going to take a look at the Germany goal on my monitor. Superb teamwork between Vasmut and Magul, and it's given Martina Vos Tecklenburg and the Germany supporters a new sense of hope. If nobody scores within the next 4 or so minutes, it will go to extra time, although we may have an additional period of injury time as Alex Greenwood and Jill Scott look like they're going to get ready to come on. Could they be the two that help turn things around for England? Ian Verink talking to both of them. Alex Greenwood seems to understand what the instructions are. Jill Scott was listening intently. They're waiting for the right moment to come on. Jill Scott, as I mentioned before the game kicks off, was part of the team that featured in the 2009 final when England played against Germany in Helsinki. Lost out then, but can she turn things around for them this time? As Hegering now has the ball for Germany, she passes to, I think that was Lohmann, and it's now gone to Catherine Julia Hendrick. Hendrick tried to find Julia Gwynn, but the ball was deflected away by Daly. And both teams need to start. England definitely need to start attacking more if they are to get that last minute goal in. As Daly makes way for Alex Greenwood. She's appeared on the substitutes bench as Georgia Stanway now comes off the pitch to make way for Jill Scott. With 2 minutes left on the clock now. Surely it will go to extra time if things stay as they are. But Germany and England are determined to ensure that it doesn't go that way. Williamson clears the ball away from the England side. But she's given it away to Roach, and Roach tries to get to Lohmann, but a deflection by England still ensures that the ball is Germany's. Headed away by Bronze, but well caught now by Germany. It's Lohmann, but tackled by Lauren Hemp. Hemp tried to hold on to the ball, but couldn't. And a foul has gone against England by the looks of it. It'll be a free kick to Germany, and Marina Hegering will take the ball. Will take the free kick for Germany, which she does. But headed by Millie Bright and given away to Nicole Anyomi. Anyomi loses the ball to Ella Toon, but Toon gives the ball back to Magul, and it's now been picked up by Leah Williamson. Williamson tries to find Alessia Russo, but but Hendrick takes the ball away for Germany. Passing to Frooms, who kicks the ball out. And it's now gone straight towards Nicole Anyomi, but Kira Walsh has found the ball. Walsh has been fouled from behind by Anyomi. This has now got to be one of the toughest and roughest games I've ever done on the commentary hub. And Nicole Anyomi lucky to get away with it. And it's a free kick to England. It will be taken by Alex Greenwood. Greenwood passing to Bright, and 4 minutes of injury time have been added on. Both sides have got to make these 4 minutes count. It's now Jill Scott with the ball for England, trying to find Alessia Russo, but well defended by Germany. It's a throw-in now to England to be taken by Bronze. Bronze throws to Walsh, and she finds Leah Williamson. Williamson tries to pass to Ella Toon, but loses the ball to Germany. England miraculously managed to take the ball back as Bright now finds Jill Scott. Scott has passed to Lauren Hemp. Hemp now needs to find someone to pass it to quickly. She passes to Kira Walsh. Walsh now with the ball, passing down the field to Lucy Bronze. And is this going to be a chance of a header for England? The answer was no, because Germany were really good at defending that one. Greenwood loses the ball briefly, but she managed to pass to Walsh. Now back towards Greenwood. Greenwood now passing the ball up front to Chloe Kelly. Kelly was aiming for Russo, but well headed away well by Oberdorf. And it's now back with Williamson. Williamson passing it now to Rachel Daly. Or should that be Greenwood? Greenwood now towards Hemp, and Hemp was fouled from behind by, or was it Russo? Russo, I think, was fouled by Hendrick. The referee was pointing at something. I couldn't see what it was. It might well have been a free kick, and that was a really rough shove in the back by Hendrick on Russo. But it's a free kick has been given to England. The Lionesses need to make this free kick count if they are to get in a goal that will clinch the Euros for them with 2 minutes to go now. The fans at Wembley are starting to get really tense as it will be either a Greenwood or Kelly to take the free kick. And it looks like Lauren Hemp was in conversation with that one as well. Will it be Hemp? Will it be Kelly? They were taking their time to decide who was going to do it, but it looks like it will. But it looks like it may well be. Chloe Kelly that will take the free kick. No, in fact, it's Ella Toon that will take the free kick. But Germany once again hold their own as Lohman now has the ball for Germany. Lohman passes straight to, was aiming for Vasmuth, but well picked up by Ella Toon. England have now, both teams have less than a minute to go now. Surely this game is going to go to extra time now as a Hoot now passes to Lena McGull. McGull losing the ball almost briefly to Lauren Hemp. It's a free kick to Germany. I think JB is right in saying that the referee is starting to be a bit more. Has been a bit pro Germany throughout this game, but it's difficult to say who was in the wrong that time. I think it's probably about 50-50 between McGull and whoever it was that tackled her. But free kick to Germany with about 10 seconds to go. It will go over time. And McGull signals that she is ready. She kicks the ball in towards the 18-yard box. England have to defend with their lives, and they just about do it. And there it goes, the whistle for full time. We go into extra time. England England did take the lead with that wonder strike by Alessia Russo, but Germany somehow managed to pull back. We have been saying throughout this tournament that Germany could well be the team to look out for, and they certainly have been. But after 90 minutes at Wembley, it's England 1, Germany 1.
Thank you, Nicholas Jones, for the minute. 1-1, but Ella Toone for so long looked as if she was going to be the England heroine with a terrific finish over the goalkeeper. But Germany, even though they've had a lot, even though they haven't really been at their best and they've play acted a little bit and they've had the referee mainly on their side, well, you can't deny them that they scored a very good equaliser, but there's no way in the world they deserve to be level at this stage of the final. But now this is where Sabrina Wegman has got to earn her money now. She's got the players in a huddle, and this is where it's got to be won or lost. There's fresh legs, but what a game it has been, and the drama intensifies. We play on for another half an hour. If there's no decision at the end of half an hour's extra time, and that's a 15 minutes either way, then we go to a penalty shootout. And we all know about England and penalty shootouts. Not to tempt fate, by the way, but we are touching wood, and hopefully they're playing Sweet Carolina on the tannoy, and that might just inspire England, from the English fans, might just inspire them. They play so well. They had to use extra time against the Spanish. They struggled in that one, but struggled through they did. Let's have a look at the goals. I'm just going to get it's Ella Toone with the first one. Walsh playing the ball over the top. There's no doubt at all she's onside. And look at that. Right foot lobs it over the goalkeeper and into the left-hand corner. It's a magnificent chip over the goalkeeper. That is lobbing at its very, very best. And England at that stage, with just under half an hour to go, we thought was going to be the winner, and it meant so much to her. I was even thinking about giving her a dame. At that point, it really was extraordinary scenes. And even I was going potty in the commentary box, even though I was off air, and Nicholas going potty in the commentary box. He's been repped up all day, and he's done a great job. But then the Germans, nearly 10 minutes later, or 15, 20 minutes later, with the equaliser, ball played in, and it was a good finish by Magoon, I think it was. If I've got the pronunciation wrong, I do apologise. But it's a good finish, really slack marking. No chance for Mary Ertz in the goal, incidentally, but that is a real disappointment for England, who have really played some terrific stuff as we now get the toss-up for the extra time. The referee, incidentally, has been a joke all the way through. She's not fit enough to referee a final of this magnitude. I'm sorry. She may have had troubles in Ukraine, and I do have sympathy for her situation there. But there was no way in the world that she should have been anywhere near this final. She has been pathetic throughout, and that's the one thing about this final that's really got up my goat a little bit. They are still there in Trafalgar Square. This really now is do or die for England. They played really well up until now. We've got half an hour more, and I will be back after extra time. But to take you through the next half an hour or so, let's go back to Nicholas Jones.
Thanks, JB. 30 minutes for this game to be decided. Otherwise, we go to penalties. Germany won the coin toss, so they will be the team to kick off first. The referee checks around to make sure that everyone is ready, and everything is all present and correct. So it looks like it will be Vasmuth who will start extra time for Germany, and England need to start recomposing themselves. Jill Scott, what must be going through her mind right now? She lost in 2009. She doesn't want to lose out today. And away we go for the first period of extra time at Wembley Stadium. It's England straight England straight into it. They'll be playing from right to left. Germany will be playing from left to right. And Alessia Russo, unlucky to lose the ball to a Germany throw-in. And it'll be Alex Greenwood, and it'll be an England throw-in, I should say, with Alex Greenwood to take the throw. She throws to, I think that was Alessia Russo. Indeed, it was, but Germany have taken back control of the ball. It's now with Marina Hegering, who passes to Merle Froms. Froms now straight towards. Should that be Hendrick? Hendrick now straight towards. Hendrick had the ball momentarily, but it was straight between Hegering and Vasmuts, and it's now with Lohmann. Lohmann losing to Lucy Bronze. Bronze has been fouled from behind. Free kick given to England. I sort of lost my way a bit there, but Serena Wigman and Ian Verink in conversation, no doubt about whether their tactics ahead of extra time will pay off. And it's now Leah Williamson in control of the ball. She passes to Alex Greenwood, but deflected away very well by Nicole Anyomi. And 50-50 ball possession between both England and Germany. So each gets a half. So each gets half of the pie as Greenwood throws the ball to Alatoon. Now back towards Greenwood. Greenwood passing back to Toon. And it's now straight to Leah Williamson. Back to Greenwood and Williamson. Williamson needs to pass the ball forward quickly. She does towards Alessia Russo. Russo now with the ball. She's passed back to Alex Greenwood. And straight now back to Leah Williamson. Williamson crossing the ball forward now to Lucy Bronze, and it's now with Kira Walsh. Walsh now finds Lauren Hemp, but Hemp just couldn't regain control, and as a result, it was deflected out for an England throw-in to be taken by none other than Lucy Bronze. Bronze throws to, I think that was Jill Scott, but Germany were quick to hold their own on that one. And it's another throw into England to be taken by Bronze. Bronze now throwing to Russo, but Russo was pushed down from behind by Hegering. Hegering losing the ball to Jill Scott. Now Lucy Bronze back to Scott, and Scott now holding on to the ball very effectively for England. She was about to pass to Alatoon, but Lena Oberdorf read the situation well like a book, and Vasmuth was going after the ball, but England were quick to slow her down, and the ball has now gone straight to Ella Toon. Ella Toon should have had the ball a bit more, in my view, but otherwise the ball wouldn't have been deflected away when she tried to pass to Chloe Kelly. Greenwood throws to Chloe Kelly. Kelly should have at least gotten a goal in for England earlier on in the second half, but I think it will be an England corner now, with 4 minutes of this first period of extra time having been played. It's still England 1, Germany 1. England have had 6 corners. Germany have had 5. It's England have got to make the most of this 6th corner now. The ball goes into the goal area, but cleared away by Germany. Russo and co look like they're about to take control of the ball, but Germany read the situation very well. Ella Toon now with the ball for England, passing to Chloe Kelly. Kelly losing the ball to Germany. It's now with Linda Dahlmann, who I think came on as a substitute. Yes, indeed, she did. Dahlmann coming on from somewhere which I didn't quite see, as Oberdorf now passing to Roach. Roach now with the ball for Germany. She passes to Nicole Anyomi. Anyomi now with the ball, but deflected away by Kira Walsh. Walsh passes to Dahlmann. Now straight to Oberdorf. Oberdorf losing the ball to Kira Walsh. Oberdorf has gone down, but the referee says play on. It's now with Alessia Russo for England. Russo has to hold on to the ball for as long as she can. She's doing that really well indeed, but loses the ball to Hegering and Dahlmann. Russo tries to take the ball back, but it's in vain. Germany are still in control. Dahlmann passes to Merlef Holmes. It looks to me as though Germany almost want this game to go to penalties. I think they're starting to put England under pressure. Are the Lionesses starting to crack? And Germany are still in control of the ball. It's now with it's now still with Lohmann. Lohmann trying to pass to Hoots, but well tackled by Greenwood and Williamson. Although the referee isn't happy with, I think, how it was conducted. Greenwood appeared to, I think, run into Svenja Hoots. Hoots fouled inside the 18-yard box. Nothing worthy of a penalty in my view. And a corner has been given to Germany with Roach to take. Roach will take the corner for Germany. She kicks the ball in towards the goal area. Cleared out by England. I think that was Vasmut down on the ground, but she was back up on her feet. England, once again, showing great defensive skills, but the ball's been given back towards Dahlmann. Dahlmann with the ball for Germany. Deflected away by Lucy Bronze. Now cleared out properly by Kira Walsh. And the ball has now gone to Catherine Julia Hendrick. Hendrick now passing to Marina Hegering. Hegering now crossing, but well deflected, but saved by England. And it's now Kira Walsh with the ball for England. She's now crossed to, I think that was Chloe Kelly. Kelly now with the ball straight towards the 18-yard box, but well defended by Germany. We're almost into the 98th minute of this match. 8th minutes in extra time, I should say. It's still England 1, Germany 1. You're listening to the Commentary Hub with Nicholas Jones and JB Stuttard as Merlef Holmes picks up the ball for Germany, was able to save what looked like an attack by Lauren Hemp, as the ball is now being passed around to Hegering, and it's now with Dahlmann, who passes back to Hegering. Now straight back towards Dahlmann. Alessia Russo going after the ball, but Hegering was able to control the situation. And she's passed now to Hendrick, and who's now found Julia Gwynn. Julia Gwynn has been a real thorn in England's side as Greenwood passes around the ball, but she's trying to throw Germany off, but the ball has now gone to Lauren Hemp and Ella Toon. It's now gone straight back to Alessia Russo, but Hendrick takes the ball back for Germany. Hendrick now passing to Nicole Anyomi. Anyomi now with the ball. She's just inside the 18-yard box, but cleared out by England. And Alessia Russo now has the chance to go for the ball, but she only goes and fouls Lena Oberdorf. What was she thinking? We'll have to reassess this one. And Russo gets given a yellow card. Russo gets given a yellow card. I'd have to say it was Russo all the time. Just clipped Dahlmann on the leg. And Russo now has to watch it. Otherwise she will be sent off. It's a free kick now to England to be taken by Roach. Roach kicking the ball in towards the goal area, but defended this time very well by England, and Dahlmann, I think it was, that was going to get the ball in, but England sorted that one really well. We're now 10 minutes into we're now just 10 minutes into extra time. It still remains England 1, Germany 1, as Sarah Dorsoon looks like she's going to come on the pitch for England, and we have a potential penalty check. But the check is now over as Julia Gwynn throws the ball in towards I think that was Lohman, but the ball's been quickly picked up by Dahlmann for a throw, and once again Dahlmann throwing the ball to Julia Gwynn, and it's now back with Oberdorf, and straight away picked up by Lauren Hemp. But Hemp gets into a tangle with Tabea Fasmuth. England are not making it easy for themselves as they just appear to commit to far too many mistakes, in my view, and this could well tire them out far sooner than Germany, should the whole game go to penalties. As Mary Earps now has the ball for England. It's now back with Millie Bright, as Bright tries to clear the ball forward now to Chloe Kelly. Kelly passing now to Kira Walsh, and it's now been almost intercepted by Anyomi. It's now with Jill Scott, now back towards Lucy Bronze, who fouls Linda Dahlmann. Dahlmann's just getting picked on out there, and Lucy Bronze will surely have to pay for that. And Lucy Bronze will surely have to pay for that one. Just run straight into Linda Dahlmann. That looked like an actual foul. There was no simulation as Sarah Dawson comes onto the pitch in place of I couldn't see who, and it was in fact Marina Hegering, who looks absolutely shattered. She did all she could, but it's now Hendrick straight now towards Lena Magul, and now with Svenja Hoot passing, trying to pass to Lohman, but quickly intercepted by England. It's now with Alex Greenwood. Alex Greenwood passing to Millie Bright. We're now just 2 minutes away from the first break of extra time. Leah Williamson now finds Ella Tood straight now to Alex Greenwood. Greenwood passing to Leah Williamson. Williamson now looking to pass to Millie Bright. Millie Bright now has control. Millie Bright now has control of the ball. She's crossing forward to Chloe Kelly, but well defended by Germany. But the ball has now gone back to Millie Bright. Bright now passing to Lucy Bronze, and the ball is now straight to Jill Scott. Now Kira Walsh this time, but deflected, but tackled from behind by Anyomi, and Bronze trying to tackle what looks to be Vasmut, but that looked very rough, and it's given Germany a free kick, and the free kick taken by Germany, but the ball only goes out of play for a goal kick. Less than a minute to go until the first break, until the break of extra time. So it will now go to the next 15 minutes to determine who will win outright or whether it will go to penalties. We're now just about 15 seconds away from the stoppage break. We're now just about 15 minutes from the break in extra time, as Mary Earps gets ready to clear the ball out of the goal. And she does that, and she does so now. We enter the 15th minute of extra time. 1 minute has been added on, and England and Germany need to try and break through each other's defences. Although I have to say Germany appears to be the more possessive, and Jill Scott not happy about something. I think she was having a bit of an argument with Lohman, but the referee's saying, "I'm not having any of this," and she's just trying to instill the peace a little bit. Although as you've heard from JB, she has most likely been pro-Germany, but I can't say anything on that. But I'm not going to say anything on that. And indeed, she was shouting at Sydney Lohman, and that will do England no favours at all. As Felicitas Roach now trying to get towards the ball for England, but that is surely going to be the break but that's surely going to be the halftime break for extra time, and indeed it is. There it goes. It's the break. Neither side could get through each other. So halftime in the first period of extra time, England won, Germany won.
Thanks, Nicholas. We'll be back with you in just a minute. Well, I have to say that should have been a free kick for the foul on Jill Scott. That was, again, diabolical refereeing of the highest caliber from this referee from Ukraine, who, in my opinion, I know Nicholas has got to try and be as unbiased as he can, but I'm presenting and I'm hosting, but when I'm off air, I am truly pro-English. So forgive me for being a little biased, but that was a clear foul on Jill Scott, and Jill Scott had every right to have a go back at Lohman, because that should have been a yellow card offence. So they're back in a huddle now. There's 15 minutes to go. It's going to be turns. It's going to be tepid. It's going to be everything now, but who knows what might happen. It's been a long night here. It's now 7:15 UK time. Wherever you are in the world, welcome. It's 1-1 here. The Germans are in a huddle. There's their coach, but this is where England have got to step up and be counted, of course. Otherwise, it will be the dreaded penalties, and we've been there before in England-Germany matches, certainly involving the men. Sabina Brinkman, whatever happens, if it does end a draw at the end of the 120 minutes, she will go 20 games unbeaten technically as manager, funnily enough, because defeats on penalties don't really count in open play, do they? So, we've got 15 minutes to go. If there's no outright winner in that time, it will be a penalty shootout. So I'm sure both coaches will have had the designated penalty takers. They're still not moving in from Trafalgar Square, I can tell you. There's the Duke of Cambridge there in the royal box. He believes, do we all believe here at home? Do we believe at home that England can do it? Can football come home? England women, if they can get their nose in front, possibly, and hang on for the next 15 minutes, they could be European champions. It could even, if it's still a draw, it could go to penalties. As Mary Herbst claps the crowd. We're all set to kick off then for the last 15 minutes of this European Championships. What a championships it has been. Now, the latter stages. Could we see an England winner? Please, England. Let's have it now. The next 15 minutes. Back to Nicholas Jones.
Thanks, JB. It's all down to this now, as both sides now have 15 minutes to at least settle this one outright. And away we go for the second period of extra time between England and Germany. And Germany once again in control, but England are quick to take the ball back. They're going from left to right this time. Germany going from right to left, and I think I've lost the pic, and we appear to have lost the picture momentarily. So do please bear with us. We're now going to. I think anyway, the picture's breaking up, and that is not what we want to. And that was not what we want to happen at this time. As we're now back underway. It's England still in play against Germany. Walsh almost had the ball. Once again, I do apologise for the brief lack of pictures. as we're now getting them back in clear focus, and it's a free kick to Germany. So whatever instigated the free kick, I have missed. And Hendrik now with the ball. She's passing to Dawson. Dawson passing back to Merle Froms. Germany are really holding out. Germany are really holding out really well against England, and it's now with Linda Dahlmann. Dahlmann trying to get towards Dawson, but picked up very well by Chloe Kelly. Kelly now finds Alessia Russo, but well tackled by Hendrik. And Hendrik now passing back to Dahlmann, but deflected away now by Lauren Hebb. Tries to get to Alessia Russo. Russo passing to Chloe Kelly. Kelly just fouled. And now it's gone toward, and now the ball has gone towards Lucy Bronze. Jill Scott had it momentarily. It's now Kira Walsh. Walsh now finds the captain, Williamson. Williamson now passing to, I think that was Chloe Kelly. Now it's with Millie Bright. Bright to Lauren Hebb. It's now Lauren Hebb with the ball for England. Hebb now trying to cross to Chloe Kelly, but blocked really well by Germany. And the ball now kicks up in the air, but headed now by England. And the ball has now gone towards what looks to be Jill Scott. It's now found its way back to Alex Greenwood. Greenwood towards Jill Scott. Is this the chance? No! Well saved by Merle Holmes. And it was, in fact, Ella Toon that was going to... in fact, it was Ella Toon that looked like it was goal bound. She did everything right, but the ball was just about saved by Merle Holmes. England are still hungry for that crucial second goal, and it's now with Jill Scott, but Scott almost loses it to Dahlmann, and Dahlmann has gone down again. She's really having it rough out there. Is Linda Dahlmann. And it's another free kick to be given to Germany. And poor Linda Dahlmann, she's just like a kid at school that gets picked on by everyone. As Dawson kicks the ball forward towards the goal area, but easily saved by Mary Earps. And the ball has now gone to Millie Bright. Bright now passing it to Alex Greenwood. Greenwood has now found Leah Williamson. Now back to Alex Greenwood. And now straight back to Millie Bright's cleared away this time by Mary Ertz. Now finds Lucy Bronze. Bronze passing to Kira Walsh. Now back to Bronze. Bronze now finds Jill Scott, but almost deflected away by Walsh, but Roach, I should say. But England still have control of the ball. Jill Scott now. Jill Scott still in control of the ball, but deflected out by Dawson, and it will be a throw into England to be taken by Chloe Kelly by the looks of it. No, in fact, it isn't. It's Lucy Bronze. Bronze to take the throw. She throws to Chloe Kelly, and Kelly now needs to send that ball out, which she actually didn't, but it'll be a corner to England. The fans still believe that England can edge ahead of Germany, and once again, but is it going to be a corner? No, no. In fact, no. Yes, it is going to be a corner. I thought it was going to be a closer range free kick, but no, a corner is given, and it looks like it will be Lauren Hemp who will take the corner for England. Chloe Kelly stands in her position close to Merle Fromes. We now have nearly 10 minutes until full time. Lucy Bronze composes herself as Lauren Hemp kicks the ball in towards the goal area and almost sent in by Chloe Kelly, and England has retaken the lead. Chloe Kelly could be the saviour for England. She takes her shirt off. She runs around the pitch. The fans and the players are going wild. England are surely now well on the way to winning the Women's European Championship. Hugs around are well deserved. Kelly may well get a yellow card for taking her shirt off, but she doesn't care. And neither do the fans. They are just exuberant, exultant, and the players take their time to take a well-earned drink. What a fantastic finish by Chloe Kelly. She almost didn't send it in first time round, but she took advantage of the rebounds, and England are 2-0 up. What a superb finish by Kelly. Just tapped it in with her foot, and Froms just had absolutely nowhere to go. And the reaction on the face of Serena Wiegmann is one of joy, but nothing compared to the emotion of Chloe Kelly. In fact, that reminds me of a historical moment when Brandi Chastain took off her shirt at the Women's World Cup final in 1999, but Germany need to regroup fast if they are to force this game into penalties. But Lucy Bronze is able to clear out that attempt for England. But Germany, you've got to give credit for them for being persistent and not giving up. As Hendrick now has the ball, she's now about to pass to Hoots, but Williamson does well to slow down Hoots' momentum. And Chloe Kelly has indeed been given the yellow card for taking her shirt off, but that's of little significance to her and England. She's just walking around like she doesn't care. It's her first goal of the tournament. And Kelly now, or should I say Williamson, fouled briefly. No, it wasn't. It was Russo by Oberdorf, and another substitute getting ready to come on for Germany. It'll be Lena Latvine. Latvine is getting ready to come onto the pitch. I think she sprinted off too quickly. Who will come off? It looks like it will be Felicitas Roach. Roach has been excellent for Germany, and Latvine now sprints onto the field, and Hendrick, they're passing a note or something round. Whatever this is for, I do not know, but it's a free kick to England nonetheless, as a Bright passes the ball straight to Lucy Bronze. Now back towards Millie Bright. England have got to hold on for the next 7 or something minutes, as Germany have taken back control of the ball through Vasmut. Now it's with Nicole and Yomi. Now straight towards Linda Darman. Sure, England have got to defend that one, but the ball just strikes the side netting. That is a big sigh of relief all round for England. And Yomi passed to Linda Darman, and a superb cross to Julia Gwynn. Gwynn did everything right, but Hemp did her duty well to deflect it away. But it's a corner now to Germany. Can they take advantage of this corner? And the answer is no, because Marriott is quick to save that one right on the button. And she is really earning her money out there today at Wembley. Earps gets ready to kick the ball out of goal for England. She was among the players present during England's first trip to Wembley when they beat Northern Ireland in the Women's World Cup qualifier, and she's proven to be just as effective today. Chloe Kelly now with the ball for England. She's passed to Ella Toone. Toone loses the ball to Dawson, which is deflected out, and it will be a throw-in by the looks of it to England. And we'll have to take advantage. And I'm now going to take advantage to possibly consider who my player of the match is. It's still too difficult to call, as Bronze throws the ball out. As Bronze throws the ball out, but Gwynn, you've got to say, has really been a really tough opponent for England. But a shove on Chloe Kelly, Lucky to get away with it. No yellow card. And England still, and the fans still believe that. But you've got to feel sorry for Alexandra Pop. Who knows what might have been had she been? Who knows what might have been had she been on the pitch? Throwing quickly taken by Germany. It's Dahlmann to Julia Gwynn. Gwynn now, but gives the ball away to Chloe Kelly for England, and that's a bad move. It's now Alessia Russo. Can she surely make it 3? No! Well palmed away by Merlef Holmes with 4 minutes to go. That could well have set the seal for England's triumph at the Women's Euro. Russo did everything right. It was goal bound, but saved magnificently by Merlef Holmes. And Serena Wigman knows that her side just need to keep on playing the way they're playing. It's coming home, says one of the shirts. It may well be if England keep playing the way they are. And the fans who have not left still believe that the Lionesses can take home the trophy as Lauren Hemp gets ready to kick the ball out of the corner. And it's a corner. She was in discussion with Chloe Kelly about who will take the corner. Kelly agrees that it will be Lauren Hemp to take the corner. She's having a discussion with the linesman just to make sure with the assistant referee, I should say, just to make sure the ball's in the correct position. Corner quickly taken, but well run, but spoiled, I should say, by Svenja Hoot of Germany. And we now have 2.5 minutes to go. Surely England have got to hold on. They need to at least score one more to ensure that they have done enough. As Alessia Russo now has control of the ball, but loses it to Svenja Hoot, and it's now with Julia Gwynn. Gwynn towards Dahlmann. Dahlmann passing down the field, up the field, I should say, to the substitutes. Lena Latsbein, but a free kick, but a throw-in has been given to England. And Serena Wigman now trying to do a bit of a walk to try and compose herself, but it's a throw-in again to England. Bronze picks up the ball for England, and I've got to quickly give a player of the shout out to our player of the match. I will do so after the throw-in as Bronze gets ready to throw. She does, but headed by Hoot, and it'll be another Germany, and it'll be a Germany throw to be taken by Julia Gwynn. Julia Gwynn to take the throw, and Nikita Paris is going to come on as a substitute. I believe that will be Serena Wigman's 5th and last substitute. A glance at the watch by Wigman. She knows that less than 2 minutes stand between England and domination as Lauren Hebb gets the applause of the fans as she makes way for Nikita Paris. Nikita Paris hasn't featured very much for the team in the Women's Euros. As Hemp walks away, she looks tired and goes on to the bench for a well-deserved rest as Nikita Paris runs onto the pitch. Can she be an extra cog in the machine in the next 30 or so seconds for England as Chloe Kelly now has control of the ball for England. She passes just about to Alessia Russo. Russo needs to pass back but can't. And it's another throw-in, and it'll be another throw-in to Germany, and it'll be a throw-in and a throw-in to England, I should say, because I think Germany had the last touch to it. And we now enter the 120th minute, as 2 minutes have been added on, and because we're almost out of time, and I've got to do it quick, I'm going to give my player of the match to Chloe Kelly because she could well have been the one. She could well have been the one that saved it for England and given them the chance to win. But Who would your player of the match have been? From England or Germany? Let me know, please. As Chloe Kelly, who I mentioned just now, gets ready to take the free kick, or is it going to be Ella Toon? Ella Toon will take the free kick, which she does. She passes straight to Lucy Bronze, but the ball's been forced out by Svenja Hoot. As Lucy Bronze gets ready now has to pick up the ball for her to take the free kick. We're now into the final minutes of the second of the added on to Germany need to make those 60 seconds count. We're now just under 50 seconds to go. Surely Germany won't have time to react. England have just got to keep Germany at bay. They're doing just that now as Millie Bright passes the ball around to Chloe Kelly. Is she going to make it a third? The answer is no. It was just too wide. But now, what with time ticking away, I feel sure that England have done enough to win the Women's Euros. We're now into the last 10 or so seconds as Merle Plums gets ready to kick the ball out. It's surely too little, too late now for Germany as England showcase their strong defending again. And the final whistle has gone, and England have won the Women's Euros 2022. It's been a long time. It's been a long time coming, but the Lionesses have done it. It's the first major trophy for Serena Wiegmann, and because of all the shouting, I'm starting to lose my voice here. But I just want to savour this for as much as I can. The 2 goals by Ella Toon and Chloe Kelly have well and truly been crucial for England's victory. Serena Wiegmann did it with the Netherlands in 2017. She's done it this time for England. And a nation is full of joy and ecstasy. For the first time in 55 years, football has come home at last. The final score after extra time at Wembley Stadium. England 2, Germany 1.
Nicholas Jones, what a commentary from you, and what a performance from England. The Lionesses roar to the Euros, and Sabrina Wiegmann, what a job she has done. 20 games unbeaten, and have only drawn 2 of them. And the game is being engraved as we talk to you here on the trophy. England have won the European Championships, and I'm just as happy as Nicholas is. He's going to get his breath back for the presentation in a few minutes' time. The elation on the faces, Greenwood and Leah Williamson, the captain. Chloe Kelly, give her a dame. In fact, everybody in an England shirt. If you're listening, Your Majesty the Queen, give them all a dame. They deserve it tonight. They've worked hard, and well, they failed in '84. They were heartbroken in 2009 when Germany beat them 4-0. But all good things coming threes, and it's third time lucky for England tonight. They have got revenge for 13 years ago. And look at Leah Williamson. Tears of joy. Beth England there, hugging her. It's just, I'm in shock as well. I've got to be honest. England 2, Germany 1. Was it written in the stars? Some 56 years and 1 day from 1966. England rule Europe. Chloe Kelly being ushered away for an interview. Mary Earps, who played superbly in the goal. Jill Scott, who was in that side, who lost out in 2009. Well, she's done it. Beth Mead will get also a share of the Golden Boot because she and Alexander Pop, who didn't play tonight, finished up with 6 goals apiece. But my word, let's just bring Nicholas in. I mean, Nicholas, this is got to be one of the greatest moments in English football. Forget the fact that it's England women or England men. An England team has won something in our lifetime. We'll never forget this, Nicholas, will we?
No, we certainly won't, and it's not just a historical moment in English football, but in English sports as a whole.
Oh, yes, I second that.
And Leah Williamson, she has been really, really effective as England captain. Stepped in for the injured Steph Houghton, only temporarily, but was given the role permanently in the winter. And Beth Mead, she has been really effective. She may not have been able to do it tonight. She might not have been able to do anything tonight, but her contribution will not be forgotten. And Millie Bright has also been effective at the back as well. And you've also got to give credit to the likes of Ellen White, Georgia Stanway, Lauren
yes,
and Fran Kirby. In fact, everybody has well and truly played their part, and none more so tonight than Mary Earps in goal. And
I was going to say, didn't she have a study? Whatever she had to do, Nick, it was just, she was always there, wasn't she? And, she had no chance on their equaliser, to which I don't think Germany were lucky to even force half an hour. But as the extra time wore on, Germany, as you quite rightly said in commentary, actually were playing for the penalties. Look at the face of Chloe Kelly there. She's absolute. Her smile is as wide as England, as the whole nation. All the nation will be around her tonight. There's no doubt about it. Do you agree with my suggestion that Her Majesty the Queen should give them all Danes, because everyone in a white shirt were from a woman to a woman were absolutely heroic.
Prince William is in the stands. I'm sure. Surely he'll be right. Surely he'll be getting in touch with his grandmother and telling her about this.
I know. We were talking before the game at the top of the show. We were talking about 3 hours ago. Getting to the final is one thing. We were talking about the FA's. I just apologise there. We've got somebody barking in the background there. I apologise.
He must be really happy that England have done it as well.
Yes, he is, and isn't he? And I just want to apologise there if you could hear a dog in the background. But I just got to tell you guys. I was just going to say, Nicholas, before we were interrupted there, we were saying 3 hours ago before kickoff, the FA's objective to get more women more girls into grassroots football. Well, to get there is one thing, but winning it, well, in our wildest dreams, could you have imagined that? And now look what it will do to the participation at grassroots level. Never mind at the top of the game. Broadcasters now will not get enough of the WSL and the women's football now for forever and a day. If you go back to 1966, when the England men won the World Cup, Bobby Moore, Martin Peters and Jeff Hurst and all that, the West Ham lads, they propelled football into the nation's psyche, and everybody turned up to football then. Now, this has surely got to have done the same for women, and it can only move up from here now, surely, Nick.
Absolutely, JB, absolutely. This has surely got to be a major step in recognition not just for England's football, not just for England women, but for women's football as a whole. Nearly everybody from the competing nations will have looked at this tournament as to say, this is how we can increase the awareness of our teams across the country. This is something we can do. We can do it, and with the win, it will, with the win now for England, it will surely even increase the chances of getting football into schools equally taught even more.
Absolutely, and we're all for that in this country. We're now in an era now where equality should be there for everybody. It should be for everybody, male, female, Doesn't matter if you're disabled or able-bodied. Football is for everybody. And what the women have done tonight, folks, has been superb. I'll let you go for the moment anyway, Nicholas, because I'm going to read some of the messages that have come in on the thing. It's absolutely, my phone is absolutely in meltdown at the moment. Meltdown! And let's have a look at some of the comments. Let me read a few out on air, because we haven't had a chance to do that all night, because it's just been so manic. Nicholas and I have had a real job on. So let me read some of these out before the presentation as we see Serena Weimer. What an inspired appointment after the debacles of Philip Neville and Mark Sampson before that. This has got to be, whoever appointed Serena Weimer at the FA is a pure genius, because what this woman has done for English women's football has been beyond greatness. And she should get an honorary dame as well for what she's achieved with the England side. 20 matches, repeat, 20 matches unbeaten as England manager. And England are now got the European trophy to add to the Arnold Clark Cup, which they only won back in March. That didn't mean, well, the Arnold Clark Cup, they were happy to win, obviously, but, well, the European Championships means a lot more than that. Let me read a few messages before we go back to Nicholas. Mike Ornament says, yes, get in. Chloe says, one, Igor, the whole team, player of the match. Well, that was in response to Nicholas's question to you guys. Who would be your player of the match? I think Chloe Kelly's a very good choice for player of the match, actually. I think Nicholas is quite spot on there. I mean, he watches more England women than I do, so I will never question that. Ewan McIntyre said yes with a Union Jack. Paul James, who's a Germany fan, he's a Burnley fan like me, but he's half German. Oh, he's part of his family. We do have a bit of sympathy for Paul. He says that game could have gone either way. That's actually strictly true. Congratulations to England. Ewan McIntyre says, come on, JB. Thank you, Ewan. A friend of the channel and a friend of Trevor Sports. By the way, if you have missed Trevor's supplementary World Cup, Jamie Carragher on Twitter says, congratulations, Lionesses, fantastic achievement. The first goal summed up all the quality in the team. Well, that just shows it. Nicola Adams, the boxer, says, what an epic win for the Lionesses. You all did us proud. Great to see people getting behind women's football. There's the Duke of Cambridge there. So Jeff Hurst, European champions, unbelievably proud. Hashtag Lionesses. And that's what it should be for the next few days, weeks, months. There's the Duke of Cambridge there. And now Derek Jones says, even my dog's happy. Oh, there's a presentation party. And look at the joy on the faces. I don't think any of them can scarcely believe this. I have to say, the Germans will not believe it, but England get revenge for 2009. They missed out in 84 in the inaugural one, but obviously that wasn't well publicised in those days. But not many people will remember that, obviously. But a lot of people will remember 2009, the likes of Joe Scott, Karen Carney, and all that coming so close, but yet so far in Helsinki. Joe Scott will be delighted as the Germans will be led up there. The number 6 there going up. We'll cross to Nicholas in a minute. She's the young player of the tournament, Lena Oberdorf, but to be quite frank, I think she just want to get the trophy and just go away, although she does have to walk the gauntlet again up the podium in about a minute or two's time. Getting a nice handshake there from the Royal Highness, the Duke of Cambridge, but I don't think she's in any mood to hoist that trophy aloft, quite honestly. She's understandably so. The team have just lost. But, well, we'll get to the nitty-gritty with Nicholas there. That was a nice touch from England as well, the guard of honour. And now we're going to look at that. And another award being dished out. Beth Mead is the player of the tournament, I can tell you. And what an achievement. 6 goals in the competition, but she worked ever so hard, as well as the goal scoring. She did so much for the team. And look at that. Sabrina Brakeman, absolutely happy. And there she is, an ecstatic. Look at that beaming smile face on her face there. And all her teammates applauding as one. So now we get to the nitty gritty. The Golden Boot, incidentally, will be shared between Beth Mead and Alex Pop. And one feels a bit sorry for the one feels sorry. I just want, before we hand over to Nicholas for the actual presentation of the two finalists, I just want to say the referee tonight was a disgrace. And I don't want to be a party pooper on a night like this for English women's football, but the referee tonight from Ukraine was an absolute disgrace. She scarcely deserves her memento tonight. She was pro-German throughout. She gave some very iffy yellow cards. There's Alexander Serfin, the president of UEFA. He's got a lot to answer to for the debacle of the Champions League, but I'm not going to go into that. Tonight probably isn't the night, but the referee tonight, she was a disgrace. But anyway, let's not talk about the negatives of tonight. Let's go to the positives as the officials get their medals. Stephanie Fapard was the fourth official, incidentally, one of the best female officials, I think, in the world, and I think she should have been the referee tonight, quite frankly, but there we go. But it's not about the referees or the officials tonight, it's about England. And to take you through the presentation as the runners-up go and get their medals, it's back for the final time to Nick Jones.
Thank you, JB. Thank you, JB. Just actually seeing the referees and the match officials getting their medals from the Duke of Cambridge and the UEFA president. But also credit must. Besides the refereeing and all the teams at UEFA, credit must also go to Prince William for his role as the FA president to really head the footballing world for England. So credit must also go to him, and a guard of honor given to Germany. Whatever people might say, they put up a brilliant fight against the Lionesses, and their guard of honor, well and truly deserved. Martina Voss-Hecklenburg receiving the applause and congratulations to the handshakes as well. Also, Julia Gwynn receiving her medal as well was really tough. Proved really tough against England, as was Tabea Basmuth, the second half substitute, and also coming up and also a well-deserved medal for Felina Magul, who levelled against England, I should say, when it mattered, and Svenja Hoot, despite being disappointed, does receive a complimentary pat on the back from the UEFA president, and Nicole Anyomi. She was pretty good too, as was Felicitas Roach, and Merlef Holmes did really well in goalkeeper, but unfortunately not up to the standard of Mary Earps. And the rest of the German players now receiving their medals, and we get ready to hand over to England momentarily. So on come the rest of the Germany substitutes. That looks like the substitute goalkeeper Almuth Schultz, and as well as Alexandra Pop. We also have to spare a thought for Clara Bull, absent with COVID-19. And there's Alexandra Pop getting her medal. Like I said earlier in commentary, had she been on the pitch starting, who knows what might have been. And Germany gets the applause, and England now make their way onto the podium to receive the trophy. Serena Wiegmann getting the congratulatory handshakes and hugs from the FA and UEFA dignitaries. So a really big hug from one of the dignitaries, and congratulations and words of praise from the Duke of Cambridge, and the UEFA president receives her medal, and Beth Mead as well, who shares the golden boot and is the player of the tournament, well deserved as well. Mary Earps, superb in goal as well, and also Hannah Hampson, one of the reserve goalkeepers, getting her medal as well. Lucy Bronze as well. Alex Greenwood, has been really good as a substitute, and Georgia Stanway really good as well. A nice hug from Prince William to Lauren Hemp. Lauren Hemp has been really good up front as well, and Nikita Paris receiving her medal as well. Kira Walsh too, but Alessia Russo has been one of the star subs, as has Ella Toon, not just in this game but throughout the tournament, and the remaining players getting their getting their medals, including some of those who didn't actually play at all, including Beth England and what looks to be Jess Carter. Chloe Kelly, the heroine of the hour at Wembley, receives her medal well and truly. Rachel Daly receiving her medal as well. But Jill Scott, after all those years, she finally has a winner's medal to add to her cabinet and collection. Ellen White receiving the medal as well. Millie Bright too, and the captain Leah Williamson. She has been really good as the captain, stands really effectively. The hug from Prince William, very well deserved, and she also receives the medal from the UEFA president. And now the moment has come for the trophy to be given to Leah Williamson. She stands tall, a proud captain. She walks down to where the rest of the team are, and up onto the stage she comes, gets ready to lift the trophy. They lift the trophy, and England have lifted a trophy at Wembley for the first time in almost 60 years. The cheers and the applause very much in evidence, and the ticker tape and the confetti is going wild around all over the stadium. Leah Williamson leading her team in a dance. Winners in red and white, it says, and the fireworks are going off as well. This is going to be the start of one big party. For England, the job is not over yet. They still have to complete two matches in order to qualify for next year's Women's World Cup in Australia and New Zealand. They can focus on that in the weeks to come. But for now, it's time to party at Wembley. England, the winners of the Women's Euro 2022, and at home as well. This will surely live in the memory for all England fans for many years, decades, generations even to come. Football has well and truly come home.
And you couldn't have put it better myself. Thank you to Nick. Well done, Nicholas. Well done. You deserve a little bit of a break after what you've just done for the last 3 hours. You've been absolutely amazing. JB here, John Stuttard, to wrap up as the Klinsmann dives come in now from the England players, and what a deserving winners they have been. They have been a great credit to the tournament. They've been brilliant hosts. The supporters have come out throughout the over 30-odd games in this tournament and have come out and supported. Even if England haven't been playing in any of the other cities, they've come out, they've sold out the places. They've sold out in Sheffield, they've sold out in Rotherham, they've sold out at Old Trafford, they've sold out in Milton Keynes, and they've definitely sold out at Wembley today. It's been one of those days where you can say, where were you when England won the Women's Euro 2022? I've got one more job to do before I wrap up for the night, because we are practically out of time here on this broadcast. But let me tell you that we have delayed commentary of the Community Shield from yesterday to come between Liverpool and Manchester City. I did the commentary, and I've got to tell you, it is a game you will not want, a commentary you would not want to miss. So that will be played tomorrow morning on the TC Hub and all TC Hub platforms. And then tomorrow night, I travel 12 miles up the road to Vicarage Road for live commentary from the Championship, as Watford and Sheffield United, two teams hotly tipped for Championship promotion, battle against each other. We'll be on the air around about 7:50, well, 24 hours time even, here on all the TC Hub platforms and all stations, and of course on Twitch as well. Let's not forget. And of course, we forgot to mention in all that excitement that this broadcast has been sponsored by the Melon Streaming, and the player in the match sponsor was Barry Swain's commentary services. And then the Premier League on Friday, again, I'll be in the commentary box at Selhurst Park for alternate commentary. Crystal Palace take on Arsenal in the first game of the Premier League season. Again, 7:50 on Friday evening for that one. But tonight, it's all about the women. It's all about England. It's all about football coming home. From Nicholas and myself, John Stuttard, I hope you very much enjoyed our alternate coverage of a red letter day for England women's football team. From us all here at Wembley, good night to you all. Good night.